And welcome back, boys and girls, for another episode of the Michael Deacon program. First time listeners out there, thanks for finding us. We certainly do hope you enjoy your stay. I also must warn you that not only me, myself here, yes, and my co-host are not responsible for what we say here tonight. We are sharing our professional opinions, and we're only trying to help. Tonight there will be no guest. It's just you and me, and my co-host, Mr. Mike Hideous. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Gentleman, or gentlemen, or gentlewomen, or non-binary, I don't know. Whichever you prefer. Thank you for allowing us into your hearts and into your minds. Here we are again, on a night like this. Oh yeah. Hello to you in the chat room, those of you on YouTube, and of course those on the podcast version of this program. It's an honor to be here tonight. Do appreciate these moments, folks. Please do. We'll get into that in a moment here, but let's bring in my co-host, Mr. Mike Hideous, who should be there. Mike, what's up?
I'm not responsible for anything I say tonight.
I'm not either. And I'm the host of the show. Yet I'm not responsible.
Hello,
yes, hi Mike, how are you?
I'm swell.
I'm glad you're here, Mike. I'm glad everyone is out there. We're going to make a good thing out of a bad sort of situation here.
At times we're living in, brother.
A positive out of a negative.
Let's see.
We'll keep it HIV positive here tonight. So how are you, Mike? How is my favorite fellow N-word doing? And when I say that, I mean, you know, fellow nice guy, not the N-word. You guys are racist bigots out there, by the way. Shame on all of you.
Oh, Lordy, it's going to be one of those shows.
It might be, Mike. It might be one of our last. I don't know.
I think
who knows?
It's already off to a good start.
Is the show over?
Probably.
It might be over by now, right?
Oh my goodness gracious me.
It might be over. The show's over. Let's turn it off.
Yeah, let's
Fuck
go
it.
watch some
Let's
cartoons.
turn it off.
Let's go
This
watch
is-
some TV or something.
Yes, this is a waste of time. It's a waste of time to be here. This is the worst show on earth. So Mike,
Step right up, folks.
you know, we should all appreciate these moments together. These could be our last moments here on earth. Keep those fingers crossed.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get to that point, Michael. But yeah, you're right. We're in a very, very difficult situation politically with the
It's a
world
strange
stage
one.
and other countries. Yeah, it's very strange what's going on.
It's a very weird situation. Of course, the running theme of this program has always circled around humor and, most importantly, the end times.
Mixing them both together.
Well, we
it's a
can only.
dual
What can we do, though? What can we actually do? We can only laugh and make the most of these sort of negative times that we're all sort of experiencing together on this journey we all call life.
That's right. Nothing more we can do.
Oh, yes. We should all embrace each other, hold hands like candles.
Smoke weed.
If you want. You don't have to.
You don't have to. But
Well, we
it helps.
shouldn't. We should not sort of, you know, promote that sort of thing. That's illegal.
Of course, well, as you said, we're not responsible for what we say tonight.
In some states, you still can't smoke. But if you want to go, you know, you are free to do so. If the land says so, go ahead. Feel free.
Or drink.
See, Mike, we're learning. We're actually keeping it clean here tonight. We're following the rules. And of course, my dad said hi to you, Mike, recently.
Hey, hello, Papa Deacon.
You know how nervous that makes me, by the way?
Why is that? You think he's gonna leave you for me?
It makes me as you know, it's
Gonna make me his son.
It makes me as nervous as Joe Biden around a 5-year-old.
Oh!
The show's over. Let's get out of here.
That's it.
We did good work here tonight.
Folks.
It's
Thanks for coming.
time to shut it down. Why does Mike sound like he's in the basement? Mike, are you in a basement?
Do I really?
I don't know. That's what someone in the chat room is saying. But then again, not everyone is not everyone's in a sort of treated environment. The room isn't padded.
I'm right on the microphone. I mean, I'm not sure what the basement comment means, but I'm not in a basement. I'm in a loft.
Well, he is in a basement, actually. He's in a underground facility right now.
My secret hideaway.
Yes, and Mike, when I see the U.S. government has made an extraordinary purchase for a radiation sickness drug, I don't know about you, but that doesn't make me feel too comfortable, Mike.
I hear you. I know what you mean. Very, very weird. It's almost as if the administration is so weak and feeble that they are preparing for the worst. And I mean, how do I say this? You always want to be prepared, but the fact is, if we had a strong
you open your mouth up and down and you let the words go.
Yes.
It was a joke, Mike.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were going somewhere with that.
No.
All I'm saying is that this administration just seems to. I mean, if we had a strong president and a strong administration, I don't think we'd be dealing with this. In fact, I don't think anything that's happening on the world stage right now would even be happening. But we have a president.
Sometimes I like to think that. I mean, Mike, I hate to argue with you on that point, but sometimes I feel we've always sort of been leaderless.
You think so?
In a way, I kind of do. The same way I've told you I don't really believe in voting. I kind of think it's a waste of time. Okay. Maybe, again, at a local level, I already explained this to you, most likely, yes, but globally, not globally, but nationally, it's a whole nother can of worms there.
Okay, fair enough.
But yes, leaderless
I just
in
think
a
this
way.
administration is too weak. I think they're
that I won't argue with you on that point.
But take this into consideration too. They've done nothing to help the military. Nothing. Trump did a lot when he was in office to help the military, billions of dollars to get the equipment and machinery that they needed.
It sure is turning out that way, isn't it, Mike?
Well, this administration, they haven't done anything to help the military.
Yeah, it's been real bad in that sort of front. So, Mike, that makes me wonder, does the U.S. government know something that we don't? In most cases, often than not, then, yeah, obviously, yes, absolutely. They know something is potentially near. And of course, Putin has made some serious threats. And our own government has quietly made the purchase of a drug called Nplate. And of course, this drug treats radiation sickness by stopping life-threatening bleeding, Mike. Mm-hmm. So we stocked up on this drug after these threats were made here to the West. So, Mike, they only spent about $290 million on it. No big deal.
Oh, that's it?
Nothing to see.
Not a trillion?
Nothing to worry about, Mike. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see.
No, not at all.
And may I ask where you got this information? Because I'm not educated to this. I didn't know about it.
Oh, it's all over the place.
Is it?
Yeah, you could just look it up on all these sort of media platforms. Just type that in.
When did it happen? Because I have not been online in days.
This just happened recently.
Okay, that's probably one of the reasons.
Oh, yes. Timing is and will be everything. Given that this is the first time the U.S. government has bought this drug, it should, in fact, raise many questions for those paying attention, of course. Not meaning you, Mike, but I'm just saying, those out there wondering and, you see something like this, you're reading around. But yeah, once the government makes that sort of move, that's when you know for sure shit's about to hit the fan.
Well, hang on. Do you remember when King Obama was in office?
King Obama?
Yeah. When he was in power, he was making those purchases. Well, I don't know if he was making them,
Yes, they made
but
that back in 2013, I believe. They've been doing
well,
that. Well,
well, check it out. Do you, if
not
you
in the way,
recall?
not in the way they've spent all this sort of money, though. Not this way.
Well, hang on. What are we talking about here? Because I'm about to tell you what he did back then.
Go ahead.
What are you referring to?
I'm referring to another drug in case of this happening back in 2013.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he had purchased millions of vials of like morphine or an opiate that's used medically. And from what I understood, it was actually stored in Fort Knox, where we're
Really?
supposed to keep all our gold. Then there was the thing with FEMA, who was making all these purchases of what people were calling large coffins.
I remember that, yes. The large
Yeah,
coffins, you were seeing them all over on social media. That was pretty wild.
right. They weren't
Pretty
they
cool.
weren't coffins though.
They weren't
So,
coffins, though, yes.
but the one thing that he did was they purchased billions of ammunition, which is why there was an ammunition. What's the word I'm looking for? A shortage of ammunition, and as I said, the whole morphine thing, like millions and millions of vials of morphine. So all I'm saying is the connection between the two. Who knows for sure what the hell he's getting this or they're getting this radiation stuff from or for.
I do recall that, though, but yes, that was many, many moons ago.
That's right.
But yes, a good point there. And of course, the Ukrainians out there are organizing, Mike, 15,000 strong, to have an orgy in place to, take place in case this does go down right outside of Kyiv.
I've had some.
You've been in an orgy.
I've had some negative feelings about Ukraine lately, knowing that they were such and are such a corrupt nation. I don't know. I just feel like we're giving them money.
We're giving them a lot of money.
We've given them a lot of money.
Too much money.
I don't know. I think that I don't get me wrong, Ukrainians out there. I feel sorry for what you're going through. I really do, and I think Russia is really effed up for doing what they're doing to the Ukraine. There's no doubt about it. But this country is, I mean, they're corrupt. This is the same country Biden went to and held a $1 billion check over the guy's head and said, if you don't fire that guy who's trying to investigate my son Hunter, you're not getting this check. Well, son of a bitch, what do you think happened? They fired the guy. I mean, we all remember that, right?
And we seem to love these Nazis, by the way, Mike. We're giving them so much money. My God.
Yeah, but I think every country is like that. You were saying Ukraine is a little bit more white supremacist, neo-Nazi than other countries, but I
would say yes, but I mean, ultimately, again, me and you had this discussion when we were talking about America being the least racist country in the world compared to everybody else. I mean, they are really racist out there.
And for the most part, I've been around, well, not around the world, but I've been to a lot of countries, and I met a lot of people who were racist in one sense or another. Not on the Nazi level, neo-Nazi
That's
level.
like a whole nother level.
That's a whole other, that's like a cult following kind
You
of
were
thing.
around people that were prejudiced.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Somewhat.
And it's not like they were just, whites against black. These are people who, like, for example, in, where the hell was I? In certain places like the UK, they talk about the Irish.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. Or where the hell else? In Italy, where they were talking about the French. I mean, so it's always something. It's always something. But I don't know. It's something. This world is so complicated now, and now that the internet is out there and it's made the world much smaller, we know everything that's going on everywhere.
Do you think the internet has made everyone have some sort of form of autism?
Well,
In a way, I think so, Mike, to be honest. I mean, some people think we are like dead serious with everything we talk about here on the program. I still get complaints all the time. And sometimes I have to say, we're just joking around. The fact that I even have to explain it is bad enough. But some people are ultra autistic out there, and I blame the internet for that, Mike. I really do. I think
There's
the internet,
no doubt about it.
I really do believe the internet sort of gives everyone autism to a certain degree. You're around the internet long enough, it's going to happen. I mean, myself included, I think I am autistic now. I'm claiming it, Mike. I am autistic. That's my new claim now. I am not ashamed anymore.
Okay.
I'm not embarrassed to admit that. I believe I might be autistic now, thanks to the internet.
Okay. I will. I'll let you have that.
Thank you, Mike. I'm glad you're going to let me have just one sort of victory here tonight.
Victory?
Yes.
Are you autistic or artistic?
Both. I'm a little bit of both now.
I'm done.
You're out?
I'm out.
You're tapping out tonight.
I'm tapping out.
I don't blame you. But yes, Mike, I am autistic. It takes a brave soul to admit that. I am now autistic thanks to the internet. Thank you, folks. I'm sure there are many of you out there too. But yes, Mike, I think I am definitely guilty. But whatever, Mike, I will see, the sun will shine on me tomorrow. So all is good.
Why do you say that? On a serious note, why do you say that? I mean, are you kidding when you say that?
I am joking, but not necessarily. I really do believe.
Obviously, you're not autistic. But
no.
What exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that the internet, if you're around it long enough, if you're around certain personalities or read certain things out there, it will definitely shape you to a certain degree, and you're going to be following that nonstop. It's going to consume your life outside of the internet.
I agree 100%. When I first started really getting into the computer, I mean, I didn't get online until about 2001.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was already on for like 5 or 6 years at that point, but I didn't have it at home until about 2001. My point is this. When I first started getting into the internet, I would spend
hours, right?
I was spending nights where I'd get on at like 8 o'clock at night, and I wouldn't get off until about 5.
Until like 5 a.m. right on dial-up.
Yep, on dial-up.
I remember.
Right. AOL.
AOL dial-up there. Yes, the AOL chat rooms.
That's right.
That was fun.
And I after a while, I had to really like step back and say, what the hell am I doing? I'm spending all my time on the computer, on the internet of all things.
And that's all we do now.
Well, I don't. I refuse to.
Well, most of us do. We're pretty much chained.
That's right.
To a certain degree, if it's our computer or that little thing we have in our pockets, not your penis, your cell phones. Just want to make that clear.
You're right, though. And I am guilty of that. I mean, I keep my phone on me.
We're all addicted. That's what they wanted.
You're right.
That's what those bastards wanted.
Right. And I'll tell you, when my iPhone gets to the point where it's no longer workable for all the updates and all the 5G.
You're getting an Obama phone after that.
I'm going back to a very simplistic, maybe a flip phone.
A flip phone.
Maybe. I haven't got there yet. I'll jump that hurdle when I get to it. But I'm not going to consume my life with, like, for example, you might know this.
I'm already consumed in the game.
Like, there's been times where, like, maybe you or somebody else contacts me and says, hey, check out something on Facebook. And I'm like, I can't, because I won't do Facebook on my phone. I don't do Instagram. I don't do Twitter. I don't do any of that shit. I only check my email, text messages, and use the phone if I have to, if I'm outside my area, because I don't have good reception around here. But I've limited my ability to be online constantly. Some people, they contact me like, oh, I've been trying to contact you for hours. I'm out.
Mike is a hillbilly.
I'm a friggin' hillbilly.
He's a goddamn hillbilly.
I'll race you on a cow.
He's an Italian hillbilly. They never seen such a thing.
A towbilly.
A towbilly. They've never seen such a thing out there where Mike lives.
Hilltalian.
Yeah, they're like, what is that? We've never seen this sort of black Talion before.
Black-talian.
I'm telling you, Mike, some Caucasians don't see you as a fellow Caucasian, Mike.
Well, what can I tell you?
You can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
bro.
I mean, now we're going to get kicked off for sure after that comment. My goodness, Mike.
Gracious man.
This show might be over. Once again. What is this in the chat room? I wish the Discord was fire like the live show. Well, Discord is I don't really know what to say about Discord. I'd like it, but that's not really an ideal platform for this program. No. There's no real platform outside of what we do here. You can't really sort of take it out anywhere else, really. You have to sort of do it this way. Much more fun. Discord, not so much. It's just like a chat room sort of thing, Mike. You could sort of broadcast there, but it's not that great. It's not that great. The audio quality is terrible. And nobody wants that in the year 2022. I mean, almost 2023. And yes, Discord is feds. Yes, lots of feds. Lots of feds out there on Discord. You don't want to mix it up with them. You don't want them all around you.
What did you say? The reception is bad?
No, it's just the audio quality. The audio quality overall is terrible. Very shitty. And yeah, Rumble would be better than YouTube, Mike. That's what you're saying. But Rumble, I don't know. I don't really like the interface yet. Mike, YouTube has done a killer job sort of setting everything up, and they were very, they were there very early in the game, I should say. So, they've had all this time to sort of establish this huge sort of establishment here, and they were able to really work things out and sort of present everything in such a great way, and shows flow nicely here when you use certain software, and other websites haven't sort of mastered that yet, Mike. It's still very early in the game for these other platforms to sort of step it up and try to copy what YouTube has created and perfected. I can't believe I'm giving YouTube so much credit right now. People are going to think, oh, you're kissing their ass now. I don't work for YouTube. I'm just being honest. Just being honest.
And I thought we had some, should I even say it? Some animosity towards them?
Well, we do. We have that towards a lot of people at a lot of places, Mike. But we're trying to avoid lawsuits here tonight.
Right. I didn't want to really go into it, but knowing what they've done to you as many times as they have, I kind of got an issue with them.
Well, you know what happens.
What happens? Well,
people come after the show. Third parties, people that are in trouble with, like the freight train, in other words. That's a great example. I could, different parents coming after the show. You know how that goes.
Right.
Luckily, we weren't hit that way like the parents did to many others out there, like the freight train, Alex Jones for another example there, Wolfgang Helbig. The list goes on. Well, not too many, but Alex Jones, of course, got hit the worst. And Mike, he was admitting that he actually killed those kids at Sandy Hook himself.
Oh, what? Where? What?
Yeah, he said he killed them.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Oh, for Christmas sake.
He said he killed them all.
Right, and I guess that was he got shut down for that, right?
No, that was just clipped up somewhere on the internet. It was taken from an interview, but he had some pretty interesting comments. I think he was just really angry at the time, and he sort of was telling this reporter that he killed the kids at Sandy Hook.
That's really pushing it, man.
It really is. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
What is this guy thinking?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to find that clip right now. That is pretty wild, Mike. But yes, going back to what we were talking about earlier with this sort of anti-radiation drug. Um, you know, Mike, again, I think the government knows something that we don't. I think they're taking Putin's comments very seriously. You know, even Biden, his statement on the nuclear Armageddon, you know, he's talking about the 60s and he's reminiscing. And, you know, that some people definitely grew up through that, you know, the whole duck and cover. I'm sure you went through that yourself. I'm not old enough to.
No, I'm not that old.
I was pulling your leg there. There you go. Mike's awake. Mike is awake. I'm just making sure, you know, I'm trying to read your pulse there, you know, making sure that
you son of a bitch.
I'm making sure you're up there, you're carrying the show with me here, that we're both on, and you're right there with me. Okay, Mike, I'm glad you're here.
All right, good.
Nice.
Shut the hell up and do the show.
Yes, sir. I need to shut up every now and then. This is very true. This is very true. But Mike, yes, his comments, I'm a little taken back there. So Biden was saying we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis, which he's right about that. History is repeating itself, Mike. I've said this time and time again here on this program, and here we are. We're coming full circle yet again.
You know, yeah, whatever. I'm having some fun.
You're tapping out already.
It's just that, yeah, I can go on and on about these comments, these circumstances with Russia, and how the left and the Democratic Party has just bitched and moaned about the association with Trump and Russia.
Do you remember that early on? Do you remember that early on? They were saying that Trump was going to start a nuclear war. Remember that?
Right. And look how close we are now to a war, now that he's not president.
Yeah, you got a point.
We're closer now to a war than we've ever been before.
Very close.
Even Obama had better control with the world than this moron and his ilk.
The doomsday clock is closer to midnight, according to websites around the bend here, Mike.
I'm curious, how close is it compared to when Trump was president?
Maybe 100 seconds. Well, now it is. I don't know exactly for Trump, but more so now than ever before. That I can ascertain.
Okay. And do you? Well, maybe you probably don't agree because I know you're not a Trump fan, but
well, I don't have to be a Trump fan or supporter of anybody, or you know what I'm saying. I don't need to like someone to disagree with them or agree with them.
You're fair, is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm right down the middle with everyone. I think everyone deserves a fair shot, no matter who they are.
So again, do you think that we're better off when as far as being faced with the possibility of nuclear war? Do you think we're better off with this dummy in office, or were we a little bit more safer when Trump was in office?
Honestly, I kind of do feel a lot safer with Trump being at the wheel. If there is someone at the wheel, but again, Mike, I don't really put too much faith in any president, really. Yes, I don't. I have a hard time. Believing that concept.
Okay, and again, fair enough.
But when you put it to me that way, though, absolutely. And again, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. You know, I hate both sides. I wish for their downfall, Mike.
You're just a honky guy.
I'm just a honky guy. I'm just a fellow N-word, fellow nice guy. So many racist people out there on YouTube.
It's not just YouTube. They're all over. It's just that they have a platform to speak on YouTube.
You damn racist bigots out there. How dare you?
Did you, by the way, not to jump off topic, speaking of racism, did you see what Kanye West did recently at a fashion show?
Kanye West?
Kanye? Yeah, now his name is Ye.
How are you saying his name right now?
How am I?
No, what were you calling him right now?
Conway.
Conway West. I like that. I'm going to start calling him that. Conway West, yes. What did Conway West say? I don't even
know this son of a bitch. The genius. I'm so brilliant.
What did our boy Conway West say?
So there was a fashion show, and apparently he was, I don't know, involved. And him and what's her name? Rice. What's her name? Conway Rice.
Conway Rice.
What's her name? She's a politician. Something Rice. Anywho, they got on stage and they wore these shirts that said "White Lives Matter." And you know they got a lot of shit for that.
Oh, I think I am. I'm sort of. I think I might have seen that. Yes, I'm not a big Conway West fan. That's Kanye West, by the way. Yeah, I'm not a big Conway West fan at all. But I did see that story, and I was a little confused because I didn't really spend any time, thinking about any of it.
Why could you? I mean, why should?
I mean,
you,
I don't
really?
give a shit about him or
he
most
just
rappers in general.
Proclaims to be a genius, and anybody who proclaims themselves to be a genius is an idiot.
Oh, I see this. Oh, you mean yes, this photo, and yeah, you were talking about Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, where did I get rice from?
I have no idea who you were talking about. I'm like, what?
Rice.
I'm like,
Yeah,
who?
rice.
I'm like, who is this
Chinese
woman that
rice.
Mike's talking about here? I've never heard of her before.
Goodness. All right. So anyway, again, not to get off the subject that we were talking about, but they did this fashion show.
How dare you?
Both of them wore these shirts that said "White Lives Matter," and I saw an interview with him on Tucker Carlson, and he said to Tucker, he said he did it for the obvious reasons, which is, and I agree with him, all lives matter. Not just black lives, but all lives. So him doing the White Lives Matter thing was kind of like a saying, and he kind of admitted it. It was the obvious. It's like everybody matters, not just black lives, and he's got a point.
Yes, I mean, again, all these sort of movements and groups, they all come from a good place in someone's heart. Do Black Lives Matter? Of course they do.
All lives.
No shit, of course they matter. That's common sense. It's pretty much how, the whole gay and lesbian thing right now. No one really gives a fuck if you're gay or lesbian or whatever the fuck you are. We don't care.
Who cares?
We've accepted that a long time ago. It's 2023, basically.
Yep.
No one cares. But
when is it? It's 2023 already? Where the hell
almost. I mean, it almost is.
God, you scared me. I thought I was living in the past.
CM5891 says Mike is unbelievably racist. LOL.
Oh my God, you're such an asshole.
I don't think he's a racist, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he's Italian. How can he be racist?
How can he be racist? I'm Italian.
He's Italian. Like, 100% Italian. Yes, he's black Italian. He's not a Jew gene. There's a difference.
I'm not Jew-Italian.
Yeah, he's not Jew-Italian. Big Rhyme says, I wish I was yellow.
Yellow?
Yes, I think I think that might be a racist sort of term there. How dare you?
Unbelievable. Who
Unbelievable.
said that? CM5891. Listen, CM5891, whatever you are. I
Who is that
hope
guy?
you're kidding, because that's not the case.
I'm sure he's joking around.
One of my very good friends is a black guy, and
I mean, you played with black people before in bands.
I lived with Jeff. Jeff
exactly.
is black. I lived with him.
Yes, so Mike being a racist, no. I mean, he might believe some things that might be considered racist, but he's not racist. Is that fair to say, Mike? Or is that kind of like putting you in a dark light? You like how I said that, a dark light?
Listen, you Mexican bastard, you.
Listen here, you. You don't even want to know what I was going to call you.
Go ahead.
I would go to jail if I called you that. I would go to jail.
Okay.
Mike the honky man.
Crack-a-hunky.
This cracker we have here talking about Black Lives Matter. I mean, what is the world coming to? What would you know about racism, Mike? You're a honky Italian.
Oh,
what a world.
Lordy.
What a world. But yes, I'm watching this right now. I did see this on my feed. I had no idea what was going on. I did see Candace Owens next to Kanye. Conway West, rather, wearing the White Lives Matter shirt, yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just preoccupied with what CM5891 said. Black Lives Matter and single motherhood.
Oh my. Many people feel very differently here tonight, I guess.
So Solomon Crates, my best friend is black. Love, Mike.
I love that, by the way. That's good.
Oh my gosh.
I like
can't
that.
even read them anymore.
Yes, the chat room is on fire here tonight. We appreciate all of you very much for being a part of the program.
Servant.
I know. Do you have a servant, Mike? Did you grow up with a servant? Did you have a black maid, Mike? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
CM says mixing up Condoleezza Rice and Candace Owens is a tad racist. Is that who you're? Is that who you're referring to, Mike?
That's who I was thinking it was.
Oh my God!
What's her name? Condoleezza Rice? Is that her name?
I believe so. Yes.
And I thought it was her. I got the name wrong. I just thought it was Rice.
I had a feeling that's who you were referring to, but I didn't. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything.
Oh Lordy! Look, man, I'm. Look, so we're clear on things, everybody. I'm not a racist.
He's not. Come on.
But I seriously don't have a problem with words either. So
they're just words. We're that's what this whole program is. It's all words. We're just having fun. These are just opinions. Shouldn't take everything so seriously, but of course there are a lot of people out there that will take everything seriously, and we're just starting the show right now. We're barely getting the wheels turning. We're just sort of warming up. We're gonna get heated here in a moment. We're gonna turn it up here in a moment.
Hot, folks.
It kind of is, and that happens every now and then, and that's what makes the show great. And of course, big shout out to all of you out there listening for the very first time here on YouTube. Very nice. I'm honored. I'm so glad you guys are here. You guys made it to the party. This is a very different kind of show. It's a little bit crazy at times.
A little bit
crazy at times, but sometimes we do take things a little bit seriously, and we interview people here. But most of the time, on a Saturday night, we like to sort of let loose and have fun. And of course, all of you are invited. If you want to call in, we'd like that. If you do call in, please do. That number is 424-666-2425. Don't be scared. Call in. We would love to hear from you.
And remember, folks, we are not responsible for what we say.
Boo.
Ooh.
It's like a ghost. There's a ghost in here.
And the show is haunted, folks.
This is a paranormal show now. But yes, call in if you'd like. That number is 424-666-2425. Don't be afraid of the number. Yes, Don't be scared. Some of you, a little intimidated by the number, but come on, it's just a number. It's just a number. 424-666-2425. Just don't say my name in the dark 3 times. That's not good for you.
3 times in a mirror.
In a mirror. Just don't do that. Things might get crazy inside your house.
Ooh.
Yes, the spirits might be let loose if you say my name in front of a mirror. So don't do that, folks. Unless you want your house haunted for eternity. Mike, I can't wait to die. I'm going to haunt so many goddamn people. It's going to be glorious.
And when I'm
going to torture so many people.
I'm going to honk so many people.
You're going to be a honky.
I'm going to honky ghost out. You like that one?
I do, Mike. Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Steven says, I heard a rumor that Halloween is a bad place to be at some parts of the U.S. because they pumpkin, yuck. Is that some sort of dad joke?
That's a racist joke.
Or is that a racist, communist, socialist joke? It might be. But so, Mike, going back to this nuclear sort of drama that we're all going to, the world is at a standstill right now. Over everything that's going on, we have so much to discuss here. Joe Biden's phone call to his son was recently played to the public, and it's shocking. Hunter Biden is 100% covered, according to the big guy, his dad.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph Biden.
They are a crime family.
They're all protected, though. I mean, you have Joseph Biden, you have Hunter Biden, you have Obama, you have Bush, you have Clinton. The list goes on. They're all protected.
Yep.
Epstein.
It's a double standard, folks.
They're all protected, folks. They're all protected.
There's one criminal defense for, or I'm sorry, there's one criminal accusations for us and another criminal accusation for the elite politicians. Remember that. The Clintons didn't go to jail. Obama's not going to jail. Hunter's not going to jail. These people are guilty.
I don't think anyone's ever, yes, I don't think anyone's ever going to go to jail for any of their crimes. And sad.
And look at the FBI and the DOJ. They are now being politicized, as well as the IRS, as they come after us and continue to let 2 million illegal immigrants into the country.
Yes. And
did you hear? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I got to say this.
Did
you hear how AOC got all pissed off when she found out that there were 50 immigrants that came to New York?
I did not hear that, but that is hilarious that she was upset. And Soul Sister says, I want baby.
Oh, I'm available.
She wants a baby.
Would you like my demon child?
Well, I'm glad you said that, Mike, because, that's going to take us into our next story in a moment here. And, we're going to turn up the heat just a little bit here, but before we put the Ukraine and Russia conflict to the side, and, we bury that story and we go into lighter topics and we have fun here, Mike, so are you in or out for, in a perfect world, let's say you were in the Ukraine right now, and you see that there's going to be 15,000 people that are going to take place in a orgy out there. Are you in or are you out?
Okay, so I know you mentioned this before, but again, I'm lost on this comment. What do you mean orgy? What did I miss something?
Well, the Ukrainians are going to organize a 15,000 strong orgy to take place on hill outside of Kyiv. In event of Putin.
A reason for that?
Well, yes, in an event of Putin launching a nuclear bomb.
Do you really think world leaders are stupid enough to consider dropping a nuclear bomb on people? Do you think it's really that possible?
Well, it's happened before.
Well, of course it's happened before, but let's be specific. In World War II, the Japanese would not surrender, and they would have been coming after us wave after wave after wave. Yes, it was a terrible thing that happened.
Sure.
But the World War Japan would not have stopped unless we did what we did. It was tragic, I will admit, but what was done for a reason.
Well, I'm glad you admit it, though, Mike. I'm glad you have cleared that up.
Of course, it was a terrible thing, but
yes.
What are you going to do? It's war. War is a horrible thing, and you have to do whatever you can to win it. All right, all that aside, I know it's happened in the past, but do you really think that Putin or even the Chinese guy, what's his name, the
Lil
president
Kim
guy? No, that's Korea. Who's the Chinese president?
You mean Ping?
Ping.
Yes.
Even him. Do you think they would be stupid enough?
I don't think they have the capabilities of doing it. But Russia, that's a whole nother story. I think they have the means to do that 100%.
See, I disagree with you. I think Russia is incapable and China is capable.
That's very interesting. From what I hear, it's Russia who actually has the sort
outdated
of thing.
Equipment.
And, Trump has said that, he knows they are fully capable of a nuclear attack.
Russia, we're talking about.
Russia, yes.
Okay. I always felt that it was like Russia had outdated equipment and China was the one who really was up on it,
Well, I believe Russia might be the fully capable nation that would most likely want to get down that way. And of course, the way things are looking right now, I would suspect that they might. They're pushed back right now. They're pushed they're pushed back into a corner, Mike. And of course, just recently we saw one of their most prestigious bridges out there blown up.
Yeah. So
a very important bridge, by the way. For those that don't know, I was just saying a very important bridge for their military was blown up.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
But getting back to your original topic about the whole orgy thing,
Yes, going back to the orgy, folks. Here we go.
So you're saying that people are going to have an orgy?
That's what's being
Because
prepared, yes, in case of a nuclear sort of attack.
I gotta say this. I mean, if there was a nuclear war coming, I don't think I'd want to be butt ass naked on a hill having sex, and then my skin just melts off. I just wouldn't be into
I
it.
don't think I want to be into that either, but the Ukrainians are planning a apocalyptic orgy in event of Putin launching a nuke, by the way, for those that are wondering what the hell we are talking about. No, I'm not making that up. People out there are definitely signing up for this sort of event. So, Mike, you are definitely out of that. You would not be there at all. I mean, I don't blame you. I wouldn't be there myself.
I'm just not into it.
That is crazy.
If I'm going to be in an orgy, it's going to have to be a nice setting, like maybe Hawaii or Florida. Well,
I've never been in an orgy before.
Me neither. But if I had to,
I can imagine it's a pretty wild sort of thing. I would have to assume.
You think?
It must be pretty goddamn crazy.
It's pretty wild, yeah.
So
I've
yes,
been
Mike.
close to them, but I've never partaken.
You never been there, okay? Well, Mike, I'm glad you haven't. I'm glad you are still here and you weren't drugged up and murdered somewhere.
Thank you.
But yes, our own government, though, Mike, they spent $290 million on that anti sort of radiation sickness drug just recently. And of course, they claimed the U.S. Health and Human Services, that's HHS, by the way, they said the drug order was part of an ongoing work and has not been accelerated by Putin's warning. But again, as I told you, my timing is and will be everything. And of course, given that this is the first time that our own government paid so much goddamn money, you know, you should take notice a little bit.
Golly.
I know. My God. And by the way, we do have a phone call. You know, people were calling in and I didn't even know. Yeah, people were calling and I had no idea you guys were even calling in. And you know, let's take this call here. Caller, you are live and on the air. How's it going? Caller.
Hello. Hello.
Did we lose this call here?
I think you got two people on the line.
Oh, there we. Oh, there we are. He's here. Caller, what's going on? I'm sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you loud and clear. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. What's up, man?
What's going on? Who is this?
David Cop.
Caller identity. David. Oh, okay. David. Yes. Yes. What's going on, David? How are you?
The glowy in your chat. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just living life, living free, living wild here, living like a free bird.
That's how you gotta live, because shit, these could be the final days.
These could be our final days together, and that's what I was just saying here to Mike. You know, the end times seem like they are near. I have no idea what the hell is going to happen next. I mean, again, the government making this purchase, you know, it puts me on edge a little bit here.
You know, that was one reason I called. I think it does put you on edge, but do you ever wonder why they put these stories out there? It's like they're trying, like, why wouldn't they just keep that shit a secret? Like, why put that in the media? It's like, because they're like prepping us pretty much. When there's so many signs. It's just
they've been prepping us for a long time. They've been prepping us for a very long time. Right. And, you know,
Mike, I think, not Mike Deacon, but Mike Hideous. I know it seems like it should never happen, but dude, like, the reason it's going to happen is because the financial system is also imploding, and they're just like, they're going to use this excuse to bring in the new form of slavery, which is going to be merging technology with finance and all this shit, man. Like, I know that sounds tinfoily, but I think, like, we're at that time that people have been talking about. Like, a lot of people talk about this stuff happening.
Right.
But
but now it's kind of finally here, though. That's the crazy part. Yes, lots of people have been talking about this for many, many moons. Many people have been saying, "Oh, Armageddon is X, Y." You know, it's here, it's there, it's all this sort of jazz. It's been going on forever, but now we are very goddamn close. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're drunk.
Lord Michael, he can preach. My bad. I don't mean to keep. I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out because I don't want to waste you guys' time.
No, don't worry. Get all your thoughts out. That's why we're here. You know, we want you to get it all out of your system here.
You know, I called you guys like a year, maybe not a year ago, but right when this Russian shit started. And I was telling you guys how corrupt Ukraine was and shit, but you guys thought I was like some Russian communist. Maybe you probably were just joking.
We were joking, of course. Yes, we've known.
Like, you guys have no idea.
No, we fully.
Did something change recently, or what woke you guys up, or did you guys already?
No,
we already knew that.
We have been fully aware. It's just, you know, we like to have fun here. People get really angry. It's very easy to push buttons here, and you know, I'm a professional shitster. This is true. It's been a running theme in my life. Yes.
But I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys, like, sometimes I feel like Russia and the US and China, all of them are actually, you know, they're working behind the scenes to coordinate this global chaos.
Absolutely.
But, like, do you feel like it's orchestrated, or like Russia's actually like fucking putting up its last stand against like the New World Order and all that bullshit?
Well, I can't say I know for certain what's going on with the Russian intelligence and their military right now, but you know, I wish I had more contact with some of the citizens out there. We used to have a few Russian listeners, by the way, and they would tell us they would tell me a few things, but now they're gone. I don't know what the hell happened to them. Hopefully they're still alive. They were, hopefully. Those people were our quote unquote boots on the ground. Yes.
Did you guys ever check out Patrick Lancaster?
I have no idea who that is. Who is he?
He's this American dude that, like, for some reason moved to Russia, but he's been reporting from Ukraine, like, on the front line.
Oh, so he's like a journalist.
Reporting shit. Yeah, he's a journalist.
Okay.
He's got a YouTube channel.
Nice. Okay.
He's showing, like, a lot of people. He's on, like, the Ukrainian kill list. He's probably, like, the top 3. You know, there's, like, a list of people that the Ukrainians put out saying, like, they're enemies and, like, you should kill them and shit.
Yes, government always wants to kill someone.
Probably like number 27.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
That is pretty crazy, though.
But dude, please, you should definitely check his channel out. It's crazy. Like,
I will.
Kind of shit
I will. Believe me, I will definitely do that. That sounds quite interesting.
But anyway,
can I make a comment to the caller?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Jump on in there.
Caller, I wanna make a comment, reply to your comment about the so-called collusion, as if China, Russia, and America were working together on this whole Armageddon thing. So here's my look on it. Okay, my view. I firmly believe that Russia and China, as well as the Ukraine, have some association with the Biden family. I sincerely believe that Biden is compromised as a result of his connection with China having their hands in his pocket. Is that the right terminology? It's either their hands in his pocket or his hands in their pockets. So what I'm saying is that the possibility of something going down would be a result of Biden being compromised by these countries. That's my look on it.
Yeah, Biden's just a fucking pawn being controlled by
he's a crook.
Maybe Obama, who knows?
He's a crook, man. He's a crook.
I would say they all are.
The media has done nothing to investigate well, if they have, it's been suppressed. But they've done nothing to expose that family for what they are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he kind of is being. I think there is being a Hunter Biden investigation actually underway.
Well, yeah, but even the FBI's done nothing.
It took a long time, though, right, for this to happen, and it's mostly on tax issues, by the way, and money transfers related to business activities in China. So, yeah, Mike, you're not wrong.
The crook, they're crooks. the brother, the father, the son, they're all crooks.
Yeah, welcome to the world of politics, Mike.
That's right.
That's exactly why Biden is president at this specific time in history. They put this sorry, I'm drunk, excuse my language, this clown in office. So when America is finally like decapitated, they're gonna just say, "Oh, it was this incompetent, fucking senile old ass man." But it was greater than that. It was all those connections that you said, like China and Russia and the financial, like the fiat currency. That's another rabbit hole to go down. Is like the U.S. wants to like cut off Europe from Russia's gas so that Europe is dependent on the petrodollar and our OPEC shit. But anyways.
Yeah, but how are they any better with getting gas from Russia? Russia just cut them off. Russia has cut off Germany as well from getting their gas. So who would they be better off with, Russia or America? We offered it to them. They said no. We want to get it from Russia. So now they can suck it.
Yeah. But I think it's like they're trying to. NATO or whatever is trying to control Europe, so that Europe, it's basically about keeping the U.S. dollar alive, keeping America alive, and Great Britain. So they need customers and consumers that are going to be dependent on us. I think things are becoming like more bipolar in the world, and the East is going to unite and the West is going to unite, but we're probably going to get nuked before that. Like last night I was taking a shit and I opened up my phone and I saw that the bridge got bombed and I was like, oh shit, here we go. Like,
exactly. Here we go.
Unfortunately, I woke up this morning and I'm still alive.
Yes, you're still alive. And again, timing is everything, folks. It's all coming to, all falling into place, rather. It truly is. And my goodness, anything else you'd like to add before we cut you loose here, my friend? And I'm so glad you called in.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. Last week I called in. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
Out here in Hawaii.
Oh, I remember.
And I was all emo last week, telling you guys about how bad it sucks out here and shit.
Were you drinking at the time? Is that why you were being emo?
No, I wasn't. Can you tell the difference? Like, I'm happy now. Like,
you do seem happy. The last time we talked, the last time this guy called in, by the way, listeners out there, if you missed his phone call, he was sad. I
was sober.
You were sober. That's probably why.
That's probably why. Exactly.
He's like, I live in Hawaii. My life is so bad. My life is over. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's so hard living out here in the island.
It's hard living out here with pineapples.
It's hard living out here in the ocean. You have the ocean.
Dude, no, we're gonna be screwed. When the nukes go off, man, there ain't gonna be no food out here. You guys are gonna be all good up there growing your crops and shit. It's gonna be
well, you got pineapples. You can eat pineapples and seals.
Yup. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Thanks, brother. Be safe.
All right.
Mahalo.
Watch out for those pineapples.
And there he goes.
There he goes, folks.
Yeah, those pineapples, Mike.
The depressed Hawaiian.
I've never heard of that before in my entire life. A depressed Hawaiian. That should be illegal.
Oh, golly.
Really, I know. Sort of a depressed Hawaiian. I mean, I've never heard of that before.
Oh, man. Just picture it.
My God.
Out in a beautiful country.
Well, do you think that do you think that gets old though, Mike? Do you think that might get old, living by the ocean like that, or living in an island basically? You're surrounded by water, you have to wait a while to get different products and all that sort of jazz. Do you think people just sort of lose their minds and start smoking meth for hours on end? What do you think, Mike? Let me know.
All right, so on a serious note, if you would ask me, I mean, I can honestly tell you, if I lived in Hawaii, I don't think I'd have a boring day in my life. However, it always seems to me that the people that are born in their own native land. Like, for example, when I was born and raised in New Jersey, I never liked it because I was born and raised there. Maybe that's just me being a spoiled brat and thinking, well, and not taking things, or shall I say, taking things for granted and not embracing the culture of New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I left. Now I come to Pennsylvania. I love it here. I love this. I love the land. I love it. It's beautiful. But every state, every place has its issues. So I think if he was did he say he was born and raised in Hawaii?
I think he might have been born there, yeah.
So I guess I can see how a person could get bored and maybe not want to be part of where they were grown up. Like maybe he's just got issues with, again, take things for granted. For example, when I lived in New Jersey, never once did I go to the Statue of Liberty. I think I went to the Empire State Building once when I was in grammar school.
To be honest with you, I don't think I'd want to go there at all.
Now I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go there now either.
Yeah, it just seems, it's just a statue.
Not only that, but I'm afraid somebody would fly a plane into it.
Well, you also have that too, yes.
So anyway, all I'm saying is that you could probably just get bored
being out there, you think?
Unsatisfied with where you're from.
I guess it happens. I guess it happens with everyone. You get burnt out and you want to get the hell out of there.
Right. That's my point.
Maybe it's time for him to move to California.
Oh Lord, no.
Maybe we need him out of here.
Better off in Taiwan.
He's better off in Taiwan. That's true.
Tijuana.
He's better off in the Philippines. It's beautiful out there. They have a beautiful nightlife out there. Gorgeous nightlife. If you can afford it, it's pretty expensive out there in the major sort of area there.
More so than Hawaii?
No, probably not. But I could be wrong. I just know it's quite lovely out there. And I could hear your birds, Mike.
Yes, I do have
they've
birds.
They've been out here very happy, I would say.
They are enjoying life.
They're enjoying their time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good to be a bird.
It's good to be a bird.
It's very, very good to be a bird, Mike. And my God, Mike, what a time to be alive. Indeed. Indeed.
Rooney.
And Mike, my God, we're not even done here.
No.
We're far from done. This isn't over yet. The nightmare ride will continue here. And Mike, I know we've been talking a lot about, the potential Armageddon sort of scenario here.
Right.
We've been going on and on and on about it. But I do have another clip to play here, Mike. It's about a minute long.
Please do.
Yes, this is a New York City public warning about fallout.
Really?
Yes, they made a public service announcement, by the way, and lots of people didn't hear about it at the time.
I didn't.
Yeah, Mike didn't hear about it. I'm sure some of you out there probably missed it too, but we do have that clip here. And Mike, are you interested in hearing it?
I don't know.
Well, Mike, I know you might not be interested, but we're going to play it anyways. We're going to play it anyways.
Damn it. I was hoping you would play something with hippies and flowers.
No, tonight we're not going to go down that road.
All right. Fair enough.
Sadly, we don't have that.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
That was Arnold. Really into that smoking thing, but yes, Mike, are you ready for this public service announcement, by the way?
I'm ready and raring to go.
Here we go, folks.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do? There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember. Step 1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building and move away from the windows. Step 2. Stay inside. Shut all doors and windows. Have a basement? Head there. If you don't have one, get as far into the middle of the building as possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body. Step 3. Stay tuned. Follow media for more information. Don't forget to sign up for Notify NYC for official alerts and updates.
Oh my.
And don't go outside until officials say it's safe.
Don't go outside.
All right? You've got this.
You've got this.
You've got it.
Hey, don't worry. Yeah, it's a nuclear bomb. You've got it. It's okay.
It's okay. Mike, do you mind if I play this again?
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why. Just know that the big one has hit.
The big one is hit.
So what do? There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember.
We need to die.
Step 1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building and move away from the windows. Step 2, stay inside. Shut all doors and windows. Have a basement? Head there. If you don't have one, get as far into the middle of the building as possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body. Step 3, stay tuned. Follow media for more information. Don't forget to sign up for Notify NYC for official alerts and updates. And don't go outside until officials say it's safe. All right? You've got this.
I feel so much better now.
I feel better after that, actually. I feel like
I'll survive.
I feel like I can breathe again.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I got to ask you a couple of questions, Michael.
A couple questions.
First and foremost, where did you get this data?
Well, this is posted all over the place again.
And who
this was
released?
This was from New York City's nuclear PSA. That came from their sort of a little thing there. The Office of Emergency Management, actually. The city.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know what that is. My dad
there you
used
go.
to work for them. So
yes.
You're telling me.
I'm not telling you. They are.
Right, but you're telling me that they released this informative video.
That was all
for
them.
Lack of a better term.
Yes.
And they're releasing this like it's actually gonna happen.
Well, you never know.
Of course, you never know. But
it might.
First and foremost, I got to ask you a question. So, wasn't Russia trying to take the Ukraine back? Didn't they want to incorporate them back into Russia?
They believe the Ukraine belongs to them. And by the way, we do have a caller here, Mike. Caller, are you alive?
Yes, gentlemen. I figured since you guys are so concerned about all this shenanigans, that I'd call in and give you a briefing, an intel briefing.
Oh, really?
Please do.
Yeah. First of all, I want to enlighten Mr. Hideous that, first of all, it's not Ukraine, it's the United States of Ukraine.
That's a good point, actually.
Well done.
Yes, that's a fantastic point there.
The political maneuvering that's been going on a long time. We're by the United States being in partnership with Ukraine, we are there on the border. So we're in essence, we're protecting not just Ukraine, but if you look at the big picture, we're also protecting the United States.
American assets, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, as far as Biden, okay, jeez. Other than that, sometimes Biden seems like he's a nice guy. That's about all I can say about him. There's not anything more I can really say that's positive. But I will say that he was selected, obviously. Doesn't mean that I'd rather have Trump. I'd rather neither have Trump nor Biden, but we've got Biden, so let's just accept that for now. But Biden is controlled by the United States Intelligence Service. He's not making the decisions. There are people that have far more power and far more money than him that are making all the decisions.
I agree.
Any comments on that, Mr.
No,
Vegas or Mr. Deacon?
No, I agree. I
this
agree
is...
with you. I believe that 100%. I think he's incompetent. I don't think he's possibly capable of making the decisions that he says he is. And when he does say the things that he does say, 9 times out of 10, he can't even remember what he's talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, 2024 is going to even be scarier. I mean, I can't imagine another 4 years of Biden. I can't imagine it. No. But I also know if somehow, which I don't think this is going to happen. Matter of fact, I would bet a lot of money it won't happen. But if somehow Trump was able to fight off all this legal activity that's happening right now, if these lawyers are able to just get this thing kind of postponed and so on and so forth, they could drag it on to the point where we're in 2023 and now we're moving into 2024 and nobody's been arrested yet and nobody's been charged with anything yet. Now Trump could start his campaign, and I could promise you this, that the intelligence within the United States will do everything they have to do to see that Donald Trump will not be president ever again. So for that reason, I'm saying, for no other reason am I saying that he will not be president. So it would be better for the Republicans, in my opinion, to find a better candidate who could literally unseat Biden and give us a better chance. That's, to me, what the Republicans should be doing, and so I'm going to support that. I'm not a Republican, by the way.
What was that, Mike? I didn't hear you.
DeSantis, that's who people are talking about. If Trump doesn't run, that's the guy who's going to run for president from Florida.
Would you vote for him, Mike?
Yes.
I think a lot of people would.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. And Kohler, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I really do. The thing is with Trump, if he runs again, and I will admit, I know you don't like him, Kohler, and that's cool. That's your opinion, but I do. And I like him because he's not a politician. But with all the crap that he's had to take between him being the president and even his family, just the way they've been treating him, I don't think he'd be able to run again. I mean, there's a lot of people that would want to see him be president, as would I. But the possibilities are it's hard because so much crap happened while he was a president that he didn't get a chance to really focus on being a president. Constantly sued and taken to court. So, yeah, the Republicans would probably say, well, if we can't get Trump to be a president, we're going to go with DeSantis. And I think a lot of people who love this country would want to vote for DeSantis. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you might be right. Okay, who would you pick as his vice president? Let's just say it's DeSantis. I know who I'd pick. But I'm curious. I'll tell you who I would pick after you share with me who you would pick, just for fun.
I would pick
Michael Deacon.
Michael Deacon would be my first pick for vice president.
That'd be a good pick, though, in my opinion.
And
That's
then I would become
pick.
Speaker of the House.
Yes, my running mate would be Ayok.
Ayok.
We dominate the world, Mike.
Actually, I don't know who I would pick.
Ayok, Mike calls AOC Ayok for some odd reason.
Oh, Ayok, okay.
I don't know why, but Mike likes that one.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus.
You like that?
Oh, my God.
I think Mike has a crush on her.
Oh, jeez.
A little crush on her.
No, I don't. She's a dimwit.
I'll tell you what, there was a time back in the day when she was a bartender. If I'd walked into her bar and she'd give me that look, I'm not going to say I wouldn't have.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it real.
You're just being honest.
All right. Big booty Latino.
But here's what I will say. Okay, I know people probably, I think personally, from a political power position, and somebody who would have really the most experienced politically and have the most power.
Michael Deacon.
No.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'm going with Liz Cheney.
Liz Cheney.
Liz Cheney? Are you kidding me?
Where'd that come from?
Dead serious.
Oh,
Liz Cheney.
Come on, man. Liz Cheney's a jackass.
I don't agree with you on that. We'll debate that in another show. But
Liz
we'll
Cheney.
have to agree to disagree.
Yes, this is where we part ways. This is where we defer.
I think that woman. I think she's a strong woman.
Really?
Matter of fact, I'll tell you this. That people in the intelligence world, they love Liz Cheney. They're begging her. Trust me, they want her to run because she's got.
She just
lose?
Didn't she just lose to Who did she just lose to? She lost in something. I can't remember what it was.
Doesn't matter. She's way smarter and way better speaker and way more diplomacy and much better politician than Biden.
All right, but hang on.
Liz Cheney.
Isn't she a Democrat?
No, she's Republican.
Yeah, Liz Cheney is a Republican, by the way.
Wyoming.
Yes.
Wyoming.
Okay, all right. I stand corrected. For some strange reason, somebody told me that she was a Democrat, and I'm like, how is that possible? Her father was a Republican.
No, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't know if I was.
Here's where Trump.
Dreaming.
I mean, the bottom line, he's just. You can't be the president. How he got in there, I'm not really sure. I mean, he's a hell of a salesman. He's probably one of the best salesmen I've ever seen. But you can't be.
I can answer that question.
Russia. You can't be in bed with Russia, and then have everybody know about it, and expect the American people, regardless of whether they like Trump or not, or if he did a good job or not, just a simple fact that he was. And I understand Biden's in bed with China. I get all that. In the Ukraine, I get it. I get all these politicians are in bed with these other foreign leaders. That's fine. We shouldn't have that shit. We don't need anybody running our country that's in bed with another foreign country. That's bullshit. You guys know that.
That's right. But Trump wasn't in collusion with Russia. And to answer your question on how he became president, he became president because so many people were sick and tired of the bullshit from the left and the right and the politicians who were all corrupt. They wanted somebody from the outside who wasn't a politician.
I agree. I was for Trump for the longest. Trust me, I was in the beginning. I was for Trump. Matter of fact, as he was president, I was for Trump. But then,
why did you not like him now?
I started to turn on Trump. Not turn on him, but my opinion of him started to change when the COVID thing happened and what he said and how he handled that. And then I'm really not. I just don't think it was very American of him to get out there and on his podium and basically, we don't even have to use the word incite. His very inspirational speech to his MAGA fans, and they had already made a decision with the Oath Boys and all the other guys that they were going to go to the Capitol. I don't know what the hell the plan was exactly, but they screwed the plan up badly. And Trump.
You think Trump had something to do with that?
It doesn't matter. The fact is if you're going to try to pull off a plan like that, you better be a damn good plan. He botched it. It got botched. And once you botch a plan like that, you're out. You just can't. To me, he lost credibility. I'm sorry, Mike. No offense. I just thought he lost.
No, you're not offending me, bro. Go ahead. You're entitled to your opinion. Go for it.
No, that's all I'll say. But yeah, I just think he botched the deal, and of course now they're going after his butt because they didn't appreciate that. It's like, okay, the United States Constitution.
They've been going after his butt since he walked down the stairs when he became president. That they could not deal with the fact that he was a president.
What else did maybe in his mind he felt entitled to take the documents, and I don't even know really. None of us really know the truth. We only know what we're being told in the news about these documents. But the bottom line is all this luring and going back and forth now about this document, and we're not going to say this, and this lawyer's saying, well, we should do this, and it's BS. It's so much BS. I'm so tired of it. It's like, you know what? Just let's grow up. I mean, not us, but you know what I'm saying? Our politicians they're like fucking little kids, man. They're just little punks is what they are.
The sad thing is that they're so corrupt.
Corrupt.
See,
They're all
the thing
corrupt.
with Trump was Trump couldn't be bought or sold like these other politicians are. They get their palms greased by this, that, and the other person. Trump didn't have to have that. He wanted to call out the people who were corrupt within the political system, left and right. And that's why I liked him, because he wasn't part of the establishment.
But you do know that Trump's father was in bed with the frickin' Russian mob in New York. I mean, it's a known fact.
And okay, be that as it may, I don't have proof about that. But be that, well, hang on a second. Hang on. What I'm saying is that I don't have proof about that. I'll take your word for it. What I'm saying is that everybody's got a past. When he did step into the presidency, he did the right thing. He did the thing that he had to do to become an American, which is why when everybody bitched and moaned about the comments that he made about grabbing a woman's crotch, I'm thinking, well, how many years ago was that? He had nothing to do with the presidency.
Some women like to be grabbed by the pussy, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there, I mean,
I'll be all of our presidents that I can think of, for at least the last multiple of them. They've all had weird.
I mean, they all grabbed women by the pussy. I mean, JFK was having orgies at the White House.
We had two men in the White House, a first man and the president. Right? I mean, Michael.
Well, I mean, that's what they say.
I've seen enough pictures. I saw that thing jumping around.
I mean, I don't know what that.
On Ellen?
I mean, I don't know what that was.
He was on Ellen's show, and and that thing was trying to get out of his pants.
Well, again, I don't know if that's.
It got loose.
I don't know if it's true or not, but something was moving around in there. That is, my eyes aren't lying. They did see that.
She probably had a pet gerbil in her pants.
A pet gerbil. Yes, that was a very strange thing. Of course, we're talking about Big Mama Michelle.
Oh,
yeah, Big Mama.
So we had Clinton getting blowjobs. We had Obama and the first man, and then we had the second man, or whatever you want to call him. And then who came after that? Then there was it was Trump next, right? Or who came after Obama? I can't even remember now.
I don't trust any of them, Mike. And Eric. I don't believe any of these people at all. And I've been hearing the whole, Trump's not a politician, but as soon as you sign on that dotted line and become the president, you are a politician now.
Point taken.
You become one, and that's
point taken.
Everyone becomes one, and I don't know, Mike. I like Trump on a personal level, to be honest. He's a guy that I would go out for a drink with him. I would even do cocaine with Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
Hey, if he wanted you to bang Melania and he would watch, would you allow that?
I mean, that's a little creepy there. I mean, that's, I have to draw the line somewhere.
Well, if he offered you a lot of money, you'd probably have to think about it.
Well, here's the thing, Donald Trump, he's been on a lot of interviews, before, and, he's mentioned his daughter Ivanka, in ways that are a little inappropriate, that you wouldn't normally talk about your own daughter in such a way, and there's plenty of evidence of that. All his interviews on the Howard Stern show, and he would talk about Ivanka, and if he wasn't her father, he would do some of this. That's what he claimed. I mean, it was on the interview. That's what he said on the Howard Stern show.
Was he sniffing little girls' hair like Biden?
No, not like Biden, though. That's a whole nother story. At least he wasn't taking showers with her. As far as we know, that never happened. It was never read in a diary, unlike, Hunter Biden. Unlike, the big guy, Joseph Biden. He was taking a shower with Ashley Biden, according to a diary. And, what happened to the people that leaked that out? They went to jail.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
How nuts. But yes, nothing of that sort has come out in regards to Trump and, potentially doing something to his own daughter, even though he's made comments about her. But again, I don't even know what to make of that, to be honest. It really boggles the mind. If I had a daughter, I don't think I'd be talking about her like that.
Okay, and again, point
But that's
taken,
just me. I mean, I'm old-fashioned. I guess I'm not going to be, complimenting my daughter in such a way. But again, I'm not trying to disparage anybody here. I'm just, being honest.
And again, that's fine and dandy. All I'm trying to say is that everything that they accused Trump of themselves, they were guilty of.
I think all of them are guilty of all these things that they accuse the other of doing. I think they've all sort of been doing these sort of weird things.
It shouldn't be they're making their problems our problems.
That's the problem.
They're not really running the frickin' country. If they quit, jacking each other around and just did their jobs and quit pissing on each other, I mean, it's just bullshit.
I agree. By the way, they didn't allow him to do his job. They just constantly wanted to sue him. That's all.
Yeah.
And by the way,
serial killer in California.
Yes, we're gonna. Yes, we're gonna get into that in a moment here. But for those that are looking at the chat room, you will see Donald Trump, a very young Donald Trump, maybe on cocaine, possibly next to Jeffrey Epstein. He's dancing around. He's got the whole lip action going on. I've done that face before a number of times in my life. I've done that move before. I've seen that before.
Hang on, I gotta do a line.
Yeah, Mike has to snort a line of something out there of
garlic.
He's snorting the vaccine.
Garlic.
Oh yeah, he's rocking the mullet. I never noticed that. Look at that.
Nice. And those eyebrows.
By the way, do you know that Trump claims to be 6'3"? Did you know that?
Is he really 6'3"? That's a tall son of a.
He's not 6'3", 6 foot. You know why he raised his height from? Because he's got a fat ass. He's a fat ass.
Whoa.
He's the president of the United States. Has to be under a certain weight. Actually, you can't be a fat ass and be the president.
He does have good. Those dance moves are good. I do agree with the chat room here. Yes, Trump does. Yeah. He does have those little moves. They are kind of good. I will admit that.
Now, hang on a second, caller. This comment you just made about the weight thing, you got to be kidding, because
I'm not kidding you. Actually, I'm dead serious.
It's pretty funny. You're like, he's a fat ass, the way you were saying it. He's like, he's got a fat ass.
Seriously. That means that if and I'm just saying, I'm not supporting anybody, but let's just say Chris Christie wanted to run for president.
Oh my God, Chris Christie!
Tell me he wouldn't be able to run?
Don't do this to me, Mike.
That's a good point right there.
Don't do this to me.
He was Chris Christie was a fluffer. That's all he was. They just need to throw somebody on the stage to make it look like they're trying.
He's the worst. He's the worst. Chris Christie, he stinks.
Yeah, he's a fluffer.
That's one guy.
He's a B movie porn fluffer on when he's a politician.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Whatever.
Chris Christie, the worst. Just the absolute worst.
Yeah.
He really is. And yes, we are going to talk about the serial killer out here in California. We do have a potential. In my mind, I think it is no doubt a serial killer. And we're going to get into that in a moment
Hillary
here.
Clinton.
Well, Hillary does have lots of bodies stacked up to her. That family, again, I talk about this all the time. The body count is insane. All the people that are close to them, all their former friends, bodyguards, you name it. Anyone close to the Clintons, they sort of end up mysteriously dying. It's a weird thing. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
I think they're getting abducted by aliens is what's happening. They're getting abducted.
Here we go.
And I'm so glad you brought up aliens, because since we are going through the whole nuclear Armageddon phase, I'm hoping that the aliens come down and disarm any sort of nuclear weapon that's in the works. We since the 60s all the way up until now, there's been reports about UFOs going down and disarming nuclear sites. Eric knows all about that. He knows what I'm talking about. It's been going on for years. And now it's like, well, where are they? Are they going to show up and save us? Are they going to be our saviors, per se? I'm waiting.
They're like,
I'm wondering.
The Galactic Federation is waiting in the wings.
Yes, the Galactic Federation.
Blonde-haired, blue-eyed channelers from Canada and all, that are
from Sedona.
channeling these aliens.
They're from Sedona.
All over YouTube.
Yes, they're all over.
You can pay them $20 and they'll channel an alien galactic for you for $20.
Yes, they're out there in Sedona, Arizona with Tolik. Good friend of mine.
Exactly, Tolik. You nailed it.
Tolik is a good guy, by the way. I like that guy. They wanted me to come out there, by the way.
Been around a long time.
Yeah, Tolik actually invited me to go out there and be an MC.
You should do it.
I think I should one of these days.
Yeah, I think you should take him up on it. I'd come out and help you out. I'll be your bodyguard. I mean, you're going to need one probably.
I know you and what's his name? Brad Olson could be my body. Yeah, no,
Brad
you.
Olson, yeah. Brad
You
Olson
and Brad Olson could be my bodyguard since both of you are like 6'9". I told him, I'm like, you're the.
He's like he's 6'9". I'm like 6'4.5". So he's a little taller. But...
I ran into him and I told him, I'm like, you're the size of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Mike. This is the.
I want to make a Bigfoot.
This is the tallest human being I've ever seen, Mike. By the way.
Really?
And I'm calling him a Bigfoot.
Maybe he shaves all his hair off.
I'm like, you're not even human. You're like you're an Anunnaki.
He is an Anunnaki. He's got giant DNA.
By the way, yes, he does have giant DNA. And by the way, Mike, and Eric, I do have a video of Michelle Obama on the Ellen DeGeneres show. The Ellen DeGeneres show.
Shit.
Let's see this. Hold on.
You might get a strike on YouTube for this one.
Really? I see a little bulge going on there.
Is that thing jumping around in there? That's not.
It's pretty tame. I didn't want to get kicked off here, but yes.
No, there's another one. There's another angle when she's actually instead of her body being straight on, her body is turned to the left, and so that's not the right shot. You've got the wrong video.
I mean, it's the wrong one, but I mean, you could sort of see something in there to the side there. I don't know what that is.
A cucumber.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Lots of people have been speculating for a long time that Michelle is actually a man. I don't know if that for certain, but there are questionable photos out there on the internet that rather
Joan
appear.
Rivers knew about it.
Well, that's what they say. Joan Rivers knew that, that was a guy, and she was very vocal about it. And, the elites, they whacked her. That's what they're claiming, Mike.
You whacked her. That's a man, baby.
That's a man. I don't know, though. To be honest, I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe these people are just making it up. And, I don't know, Mike. I don't know if that's really a man. I don't know.
All I know is she's got shoulders like a football player.
Big Mama Michelle.
It really comes down to whether or not there's an Adam's apple.
A good point. I have not seen her. I have not seen her Adam's apple, so I can't, let you know for sure. I can't ascertain that yet.
That is the absolute determination of male and female.
It's the smoking. Yes, it's the smoking gun.
Right.
My God. So Eric, anything else you want to add here?
No, that's cool. I'm looking forward to this serial killer.
Yes,
segment.
we'll be.
I'll go ahead. Thanks, gentlemen. Hey, Mike, I love you, Mike. I just wanted to, stir up the fans a little bit.
Not at all, brother. Thank you for calling.
Yes, we appreciate that.
I really appreciate the debate. I really do. It was very, very good. Thank you.
You got it, buddy. Take care. Good night,
care.
You too.
And that's the great thing here. We're not really, agreeing or disagreeing so strongly with everyone. Everyone brings a great point, no matter where you sort of lie in the political realm. We don't have to sort of, we don't have, our ideologies don't always have to align in order for us to get along or agree on certain things. I mean,
Precisely.
Some issues, you don't have to be on anyone's political side to sort of come to an agreement or see something.
That's the great thing about being an American in this country, Michael, is that we get to have an opinion and yet still be able to communicate with each other. That's how it should be.
Right.
This country has become so divided.
It really has. And Dennis in the chat room, Dennis A. Johnson says, she's a double bagger.
What? What does that even mean?
I think he's referring to Michelle Obama dancing around there. I guess he's saying you have to wear like 2 condoms to fuck her. I think that's what he's saying. I don't know. We'd have to ask Dennis.
Double bagger?
In my world, I think that's what that means.
Oh my God, that's sick.
Or you have to wear a condom and put something over her face. I think that's what he's saying. I think that's what he's referring to. I'm not quite sure. We'd have to ask him. But yes, caller, go ahead. You are live on the air. Hi.
Hey, what's happening, Mr. Deacon?
Hey, hi.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, that was my buddy there who was just on the phone. We were talking earlier. He was like, "Hey, check out this show."
Check out the show. Very nice. Oh yes. Come on in. That number is 424-666-2425. Come on in. Sorry about that. I got really weird there. I'm sorry. It's the it's something inside me. I don't know what it is. I might be autistic.
Yeah, you just gotta hit that button.
I'm just retarded. I'm sorry. I have to wear a helmet.
That makes sense.
I'm Sam Tripoli's son. Oh wait, I can't say that. That's really bad. I shouldn't have said that.
I don't know. I think you can say that.
That was bad. Can't talk about people's kids here. But yes, going back now, what were you saying there before I interrupted you with my nonsense?
Yeah, I was just saying that was my buddy that called in before, and
which one?
I need to check out the very last one.
Oh, Eric.
Just now. Yeah, Eric. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he said his name. So
yeah.
Throw his name up there if he didn't say it.
Yeah, Eric the Adventurer.
Yeah, or the Awakening Man, as most people know him.
Or the Awakening Man, yes.
Yeah, he changes. I still have him locked in as Thought Shifter from back in those days on my cell phone. So he's got a couple of
he's very elusive.
Name changes.
He does. He repackages himself online.
But he does it very well.
He does. Should work in the biz.
Now.
Yes.
Now, so to get down to business.
Down to brass taxes, yeah.
Yeah, first and foremost, the proposition of doing coke with Trump.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Are you crazy? Why would you not do that?
Why exactly?
Talk about it. There is no better way for one man to relate to another man than hitting the slopes together and going full tilt boogie conversation. That's what you do. That's how you get to know people.
That's how I got to know. That's how I got to know Jeffrey Epstein. That's for sure. Did a lot of coke together. I mean, judging these photographs, these dances, I would say they did a lot of they did a lot of lines in bathroom stalls.
Yeah,
I'm not judging them. I'm not judging them.
Give me 20 minutes on coke with Jeffrey Epstein. I'll tell you whether he killed himself.
Well,
for
that
sure.
Would be hard.
Like I can figure that out.
It would be difficult.
It's pretty fucking up. We can't cuss on here, I guess.
I mean, you can, but I don't know if you want to or not. I mean,
it's just better to not. Okay, so it's pretty obvious he got out of this world as soon as possible before shit went down. But if you don't believe that, that's cool too. That's not why I'm here. So I just wanted to throw that comment out there. The first one before that.
Love that.
Yeah, but also we used to be what would you call it? Like teammates or whatever. We used to both be on the French FM at the same time, and then your show came on.
Oh, really?
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what time slot you had at the time, but it was sometimes up to the point where I listened to your show a lot.
Oh, wow.
And
so you're like you're a fellow show host.
Yeah, I've got my show on the French FM.
Oh, no shit.
And for whatever reason, we never.
Who is this?
Because I know most of the people in the network, but for whatever reason, we never crossed paths.
Really? So, who exactly are you, if you don't mind me asking?
President Trump.
My name is Donald Trump. I do a lot of cocaine.
Wow.
No, I'm Gigi from Shift Happens.
Oh,
I've been on there for like 6 years.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. I recall your show. I do. Yes. I've heard your show a number of times, and throughout the years, I've heard your show. It's come on plenty of times. I've heard you, and you were doing. The last time I remember, there was like a woman on the show too.
Yeah, that was my original co-host and co-founder, Cortana. She's moved on to other things, but
I see.
It's safe to say that the show would have never been a thing if it wasn't for her.
Oh,
so
okay.
She kind of kicked-started the whole thing.
Oh.
I'm in radio now. Come on.
Yeah, this guy was doing. He was on the same network as I was many, many moons ago, and I never knew it. And I have heard his show a number of times. You know, I've always liked these people here. Oh, I'm hitting the mic. My God, what the fuck is wrong with me? But no, I was talking like an Italian, like Mike. You know, they talk with their hands, and I'm hitting things. I'm moving my hands all of a sudden. Yeah, I got that from Mike. It's a habit.
It's true.
It's very true. But yes, these boys here, this guy here, and his former co-host, they're all good people, Mike.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, they're all cool. They're all cool. And that's it's a strange thing because, you know, lots of people out there that have shows that come across mine, you know, they're like, oh, Mike, you know, he thinks so highly of himself. He thinks he's better than me. And it's like, you know, I don't have that perception towards anyone. I don't really care about any of that. I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah, me neither. And there's, you know, not to name names.
There's a lot of people, as you know. Yes.
But there are some other people
right.
that have experienced the same situation from my viewpoint that are like, oh, well, I can't talk to him anymore. And I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. Like, it, you know, if we're teammates, cool. If not, cool too. Like, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, and some people have a very strange perspective on all of this, especially if you have a show out there. People get all weird, Mike. Sure. It's like fellow musicians out there, Mike. You know how that was back in the day with you.
Yeah, there's always competition and jealousy and rivalry.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about that.
People feel threatened. People feel threatened.
Very much so. Yes, very true.
I don't feel the threat. At least from my experience, being on the Friends of Them for 6 years, it's very much been a family thing. Now, but with that said, what goes down between each individual host of the show, that's a whole, you know, I don't know about that.
I see.
That's a whole different ball game. I'm sure you guys parted ways with best intentions on both ends, you know.
Yes. I've never really addressed that, but yes, I was on a network called the Fringe FM, and, you know, I didn't really like how certain things were being run out there. And, you know, anytime I hear people say, oh, we're a family, we're this, we're that, that's kind of sort of a red flag in my opinion. But, you know, there's other things I could speak on that I won't really do here. I'm not going to air out any dirty laundry, Mike. You know, I have a little bit of class every now and then. But yeah, there's certain things out there that, you know, I wasn't really too comfortable with. And I'm glad, you know, I'm sort of away from any of that right now. And no disrespect to the people out there. You know, I don't have any harsh feelings towards anyone over there. It was just my time to go.
Yeah, you know, if you're doing your thing and the network's doing their thing, and they don't exactly intertwine perfectly, that's fine.
Yeah,
keep
it's
doing
cool.
Your thing, they'll keep doing their thing, and you know, it's all good. I certainly had my vocal complaints over the last 6 years, but we've always come to terms, and but that, just because other people don't come to terms doesn't mean there's anything bad about it. It just means that it's that point in life where you take a left.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And, you know, I think I've actually were you at a contact in the desert many moons back?
I've been at every contact in the desert since 2014.
I think I saw you out there in 2016.
Yeah.
I think I did.
I would imagine so. I was probably pretty drunk and stoned.
I think I saw you. I think I saw you wearing like a coat and a beanie.
Yeah, that's me.
I think that was you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's my description.
I definitely saw you out there. Yes.
Oh, why did you come up and say hi?
I think I've seen you multiple. I think I've seen you multiple times out there.
Oh, dude, we could have hung out and had dinner and all that kind of stuff.
We could have.
Oh,
no,
man.
Michael was too busy. He was on cocaine.
I was too busy making fun of George Norrie. I was too busy giving him a box of pizza rolls, actually. It's what I gave him on his birthday.
Nice. Well, that's perfect.
Yeah. Well, you know, I burned a lot of bridges out there, you know, pissed off a lot of their people out there. You know, I've tried to mend fences, but I think I sort of sank that ship a long time ago.
Dude, you never know, man. Like, the last time I was three times ago, at the Conscious Life Expo, yeah, me and George had a weird exchange at another conference. But then we ended up, me and Robert Perala and George Norrie, we ended up hooking up. We got on stage. We did about 6 songs of Frank Sinatra covers.
Oh, that sounds like him, yes.
Drums, Robert Perala on the guitar, and then George Norrie with, classic like Sinatra style. You know, he's got the mixed drink in his hand. He's got somebody holding up the lyrics for him, and he's singing into the microphone. That dude had some chops.
He gets into it.
He can sing.
He gets into it, no doubt.
He got into it, man, and we all did. Like, we had, it was pretty crazy for a band that just got put together 30 minutes before, you know.
That is pretty wild.
He pulled it off. It was actually pretty sick.
Well, I'll tell you this,
anyway,
GG. I'll tell you this. Next time I go to a conference, I will reach out to you and, we'll hang out.
Yeah, well, how about this? Are you going to go to the Conscious Life Expo this February?
I was going to say there's one in February, right?
Yeah, every
February.
February
yeah. Or February?
February.
For February.
For Burberry.
Furby.
Yeah.
Furbies. Fur babies.
Burberry. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll definitely try to make it and we'll go hang out.
Yeah. So how did we, I'll tell you what, I'll message you. I'll figure out how to message you.
Yeah, just
I'll be out there.
Yeah.
And
send me an email
we
or
can hook up and have some fun.
Yeah, man.
Hit the slopes, perhaps, whatever comes our way.
Yeah, send me an email.
And,
send me an email or send me something on Twitter, and we'll go contract monkeypox together.
Make sure you got plenty of cocaine.
Yeah, with Trump.
Yeah. There's plenty of everything there. Don't worry.
I know. It's one of those things.
What I actually wanted to call in with.
Oh, go ahead.
Kind of, just to kind of switch it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Into a little more loosey-goosey kind of topic.
Sure.
Fire it.
So we know as a human race, our time is limited on planet Earth.
Yes, sir.
Because the sun is eventually going to implode and cause a black hole and suck everything into it. So in the meantime, in order for the human race to survive, we're going to have to figure out a way to get not only off the planet, but considering the sun situation, basically out of the solar system. We're going to have to go pretty far away.
Yes, I love this. I love this sort of thing. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but yes, we've talked about this sort of thing so many times here. We love this sort of discussion. Keep going here.
Yeah, well, that was kind of it. I mean, do you think? I mean, because we're gonna have
eventually it's gonna happen. Yeah. We're gonna have to go off planet eventually. The sun.
It's never gonna happen.
Mike doesn't believe it's gonna happen.
That's the question. That's the question.
Well,
do you think that we're gonna be able to exist together without killing ourselves in that amount of time, and then
we hope
each other rather?
I hope. I really do hope that we can sort of prevail and come together as the human race, and be proud of that sort of thing and come together and get over our small, minute differences and, join together. And eventually, like you were saying, we're going to have to get off this island Earth. And Mike, I know you don't believe so, but eventually there's going to be an asteroid or the sun is going to engulf this planet and swallow it whole. And eventually we're going to have to.
We won't even be around for when the sun explodes.
We won't be. We won't. Me and you won't be. But there's going to be. The human race will still be there.
The human race at that point. The human race is lucky if it has another 2,000 years left in it. Between the possibility of being hit by a meteorite, the possibility of a virus wiping us out, the possibility of us destroying ourselves with a nuclear bomb, never going to happen. The fact is, we are never going to be able to leave our own solar system because we can't live that long. I mean, it takes 6 months just to get to Mars on a good day.
Flat Earth confirmed.
Yeah, but okay, so with that kind of logic, that's like telling somebody 200 years ago that was riding in a horse and buggy, hey,
I
guess what?
agree.
One day we're going to be able to go to New York to LA in 3 hours.
You cannot alter physics. You cannot alter physics. So in other words, what I'm saying is that with all the science in the world, okay, and I'm not let's not go towards the UFOs and the aliens and the possible breaking down of their ships and how we can figure out how to fly to another place. That's not even here or there. The fact is, until they prove alien life exists and what type of alien life exists. I mean, it could be a microbe, it could be a being that is looking to eat people on Earth. I mean, you've seen the movie Aliens. There's no way for us to determine whether or not science can. Let me rephrase that. We can't alter physics to make science. Allow science to, damn it, I'm really screwing this up.
No, you said
where
it perfectly.
Humanity can travel outside of our own solar system to another part of another solar system within our galaxy. Now, there's no doubt that there's life out there.
Let's go back to what you just said. Let's go back to what you just said a second before, which was there's no way we can change physics, and that's true. But you know what does change is our understanding of physics. For example, nobody ever brings this up, and I brought this up to my teacher in college. He didn't know what to say. Not sure if he was the brightest man ever, but I brought it up. I was like, okay, well, dudes in ISS or dudes that are in rockets orbiting the moon, they are sending audio signals to the Earth faster than the sound of audio, faster than the speed of sound, rather. How are they doing that? Well, they're compressing audio into a certain frequency, and then they're sending that frequency, which transfers much faster than sound back to space center, right? So what's happening is, normally, sound can't make it that far that quick because of sound. It's slow as fuck. But when you compress sound into another format and then you send that over the radio, all of a sudden you can get sound several minutes earlier. Oh, hey, it's okay. Several minutes earlier than you... Sorry, some neighbors walked by. But several minutes earlier than you would otherwise. So who's to say that there's not the same... But here's the rest of my point, is who's to say that there's not the same thing that can be done with traveling at the speed of light? And there's been several quantum physicists that have claimed, I don't know if proved is the right word, I don't know if they proved it yet, but quantum physicists, and then they have these theoretical physicists that back this stuff up, which is, those are two completely different disciplines, for those that don't know. But according to them, it is possible. Like, shit, if we can compress sound into a thing and make sound travel faster than sound, we can do that with the speed of light too. Does that make any sense?
I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing. Einstein proved, yes, that if you travel at the speed of light, you could get somewhere faster. But the problem is, humans cannot travel at the speed of light,
right? Unless,
yeah, well, that's where AI comes in.
Yes.
Yeah, that if you want to get deep,
right?
That's where that comes in. We download our. Well, as soon as we figure out what consciousness is, maybe someday we can download it, upload it,
and live forever. Yeah.
And do whatever with it.
Wait. With AIs, with an artificial intelligent being,
it would.
That's not even humanity anymore. That's a robot.
AI, I would imagine. But maybe we could do it without it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just my whole point is it's like just in the same way that you told, like, if you time travel back to 200 years ago, you told somebody riding a horse and buggy, hey, you can get to New York to Los Angeles in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, on
It's
Earth.
like, go fuck
on
yourself.
Earth.
You know?
Different concept, though.
Yeah, I think, as long as humanity does not blow itself up, I think we have a lot to discover. And I think there are possibilities just as 200 years ago, they had possibilities that they thought were insane that are now regularly occurring today. I can get on a flight right now via Hawaii in like 6 hours, which is fucking crazy.
It's unimaginable.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. And who's to say that we're not? That's only 200 years. If humanity can go 2,000 years without blowing itself up, shit, who knows what we could be doing?
Right.
We could be doing some crazy shit.
I agree. You never know, Mike.
Listen, I'm all about science.
And we're already working on downloading our consciousness into a machine. This is already underway.
That is more frightening to me than anything. Did you hear some of the conversations that they've had with AI?
Absolutely.
How they would destroy humanity.
Absolutely.
Because we are useless. And they're right.
Oh,
yeah, that's very scary. That's why you have to set limits on the AI, which is a thing that is possible. Well, I guess theoretically it's possible, but technically it hasn't been, because every technical demonstration of controlling AI has failed, and the AI just overtakes it.
Yeah,
and,
it doesn't Japan. Was it Japan or China that actually has this face recognition thing that's called like the thing on Terminator, Skynet. I mean, we're playing God here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about technology. I'm all about science. But we are pushing things that within the last 100 years, I mean, we've leaps and bounds in science. Telephones, TVs, radios, flying, jets, ocean liners, internet. I mean, the list goes on. But the fact is, again, physics. You cannot change my mind that there is no possible way humans will get from our solar system to an. Do you know how far it is?
You don't think it's going to happen, Mike? I think it's going to happen, Mike, eventually.
I mean that's like
it's going to happen. It's going to happen,
going
boys.
Back to the 200-year-old question of, is there ever, like, imagine asking a carriage driver in 1820, do you think there's ever going to be a way to get from New York to LA in 2.5 hours? You'd be like, fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you think you're full of shit.
You'd be like, fuck you if.
I mean, if you went back in time for sure and you showed someone in the 1800s an iPhone, they would go insane.
And yet, the funny thing is, you go online and you see pictures like, oh, look, time travel is real. And they'll show you a picture from, like, 1876. And there's some guy holding something like, look, it's a cell phone.
I've seen those photos, yeah.
You've seen them
those
too?
Are silly. But yes, on a serious note, we will have to get off this island Earth, Mike. I mean, this is something that has been talked about for a long time. And, Gigi,
well, I mean it's...
Let me ask you this really quickly, Gigi.
Inevitability.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
Survive. Okay.
Gigi, let me ask you this.
Sorry.
It's okay. Listen, if you were able to have that opportunity, if there was some sort of machine that, like a time traveling machine, that would send you exactly to that time period and that year, that month, that day, that hour, where we are sort of. We're seeing humanity leave this island Earth. Would you want to be there to see this sort of event where you watch the Earth explode and become nothing basically on another planet? Would you want to be there for that?
No, I would actually request the opposite.
You wouldn't want to see that.
I would request to go back in time and see how they made the pyramids. See how Machu Picchu was made. Go back to Tepe. I would take that exact opportunity and go back.
But what if that wasn't? What if that wasn't the choice though? Just that time period only.
Oh well, then I would for sure.
You would go for it.
Do it because you know, I mean, I'm only 34 years old, but at the same time, I've done just about everything I've wanted to do here. You know, like I'm like not like I hope this comes off the right way. Like I'm down to see what's next. You know, like I'm kind of bored of this.
Ooh.
Like let's go. You know,
I hear you.
Like let's see it. You know, what's next?
You're ready
like,
to transcend.
Thing, boys. Here's the
like
thing.
How many
boys.
times
you got to keep in mind one thing.
Okay.
Listen up. Hang on. Listen up. There's one thing you got to keep in mind. All things must end.
Right.
And humanity, in my humble opinion, is only here for a short time. Look at our history. There have, and regardless of science, there are civilizations that have been wiped out. There are species of animals that have been wiped out. There is only a certain portion of time that we will share in this existence. And eventually, we're all gone. No traveling to other planets, no saving the species of humanity. It's not going to happen. In my opinion, it's not going to happen. I think that one way or another, either a meteor is going to hit, or a plague, or the possibility of us even war, people survive. But a meteor strike or a plague, that's pushing it. No matter what, science.
Yeah, but what about,
and this thing about climate change, we're not going to change the climate. The Earth is going to do what it's going to do. And eventually, if we are at a point where we're past climate change, it's just going to say, bye-bye humanity, and it's going to shake us off like a bad case of fleas. That's it.
Well, that entirely circles back to my original point. Is yes, whether it's the black hole with the sun sinking in,
but we won't even be around for that.
Or it's that. Either way, humanity on Earth is going to end. And my original question was, do you think that we're actually going to figure out a way? I mean, we've got plans. We've got plans right now.
We got big plans.
SpaceX and Elon Musk trying to get people to Mars. The NASA is spending like coffee money on getting people back to the moon.
They're trying, but they keep pushing that back for whatever reason.
$100,000? That's not really trying. That's just making a statement. And then once you realize how much $100,000 does, like that buys coffee for everybody. That's about it. That's about all that does. They're not going to figure dick out with $100,000.
Word.
If that makes any sense. But I think you know, what is it? 2 billion years, 1 billion years before the sun goes out. We've got a lot of time
to figure
out how to stop killing each other.
So they say.
You think humanity would last even 3,000 years at this point?
We're hoping it does, Mike, but yeah, at this rate and what we're seeing right now and what's going on around the world, you know, who really knows how long we do have? That's why I was saying, you know, if you can cherish these moments we have together here, because it might be our last.
That's my point, Michael, is that humanity is a violent species. Look at what we do to animals. Look at what we do to the earth. I mean, and then look at what we do to each other. And then not just war.
We're the worst.
Look at you got, you know, guys beating up old ladies and old men. You got gangs. You've got the cartel. You've got, you know, just crime.
You got kids on puberty blockers. Yeah.
Well, that all adds to the question: are we going to make it through this?
I hope so.
Because there's some of us, you know, like Elon Musk's of the world, that are actually trying to figure out a way, like, could we actually go to Mars? Okay, let's try to figure
I'm
that out.
hoping we
Then
can.
there's
That'd be
other
cool.
people that are just trying to kill other people.
Right.
You know, so that kind of goes back to the original question: are we going to survive the next several hundred, 7,000 years, and get to a point where we can relocate to another place, whether it's this whole system or another, to where we're going to survive? Or do you think that we're just too stupid to get along and we're just going to kill each other and we're going to die here?
We might just end up blowing ourselves up. I don't think the aliens are going to intervene like we would all love them to, and like all these stories throughout history. Again, going back to the 60s, where we would see this sort of a UFO intervention with these atomic sort of nuclear sort of facilities, these bases where they would disarm nukes or shut things down, Mike. You know, they would lose power all of a sudden when these crafts would appear above them. You know, I hope something like that happens. I hope these stories were true and not just bullshit. Let's hope.
I can agree with your wanting to think positively that something like that would happen, but I'm sorry to say I just have no faith whatsoever.
Yeah, Mike has lost all faith.
And there's no reason to be sorry. That's your answer to the question, and that's what the question was. So
it's a fair answer.
Perfectly acceptable.
That's a fair answer. It's a good answer, and I agree with Mike to some degree. You know, I want to be a realist, not an idealist, a dreamer of sorts. There's nothing wrong with being a dreamer. There's plenty of them. But yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic here, Mike. And Mike doesn't see the sun coming out tomorrow, is what he's saying.
I understand, man, and I can respect that. To have see, I'm a negative person. I'm black, and I don't mean skin color. My soul is black.
He's a black Italian. He's a black Italian.
I'm a black Italian. All I see is black, and by that I mean just negativity. My whole life is just negative. And I don't see anything positive of humanity making it through another 2,000 years. I really don't.
Yeah, Mike hasn't had the best of luck at times in life. It's fair to say that, right, Mike? I mean, we've all gone through there. You've had to eat a lot of shit. We've all have to eat a lot of shit.
Yes, to some extent. You're right.
Yes, and
Speaking
Mike.
of eating shit, I just spilt shit.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. Yeah.
You drank too much beer.
Too much coke.
Too much cocaine.
Yeah. I hung out with Trump last night.
Yeah, you were hanging out with Hunter Biden last night. Smoking crack with him.
Actually, you mean Hunter.
Yeah.
Dude, I had several other questions, but I don't think we have time for this.
We do. Go ahead. Well, if you have one more, go ahead. It's fine.
I'm not answering it.
I'll answer it. Go ahead. I'm an open book.
Oh, I would love for both of you to answer anything.
No, it's going to cost more. It's going to cost you.
But
what is it, man?
What is it? Let me set my drink down. Let me get my cigarette. Okay.
Let me get my coke line
now
lined up.
Let me get my coke line lined up. Yeah,
the razor.
The big drink there. There's a giant pint.
Oh yeah.
Are you on Twitch? How are you doing that?
No, I'm not on Twitch. I'm on a mixer here. You know, there's a mixing board, and you know, there's all these channels and all these buttons.
He's behind a bar.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
I'm a DJ. That's what I'm doing here.
Word up to your mother.
You stupid.
I think what you meant to say was word to your mother.
Whose mother? You ain't talking about my mama, yo.
It doesn't matter whose mother it is. It's just any given mother.
Then your mama.
To that mother.
Your mama.
Your mama.
My mama. My mom got mad at me, actually. She was like, "You don't text me anymore." Oh. She's like, you wouldn't have texted me unless I texted you first, huh? And I'm like,
Michael,
holy
you never
shit.
text me. Why you never text me?
I was like, holy shit. I was scared of that. Can you believe that? My old mother there. She's like, my old mother. My old gal.
My old mama.
Oh, my poor
old
mom.
lady.
my poor mother. You know, I love her to death. I have no idea why. She's like, You're not texting me. And it's like, trust me, I am. I love you, Mom.
What do you want, money?
You don't text me enough. I'm like, whoa. Okay.
Michael, you never text me enough.
You never text me.
You look like you need to eat a little more.
It's like a Jewish mother right there.
Michael, you're not eating enough.
You're not eating.
You sit down, have a little matzah.
Oh boy, that sounds like my friend's mom, actually. No, but yes, Gigi, I'm sorry about that. We went off on a random tangent there. It happens here on this program.
So what was a question?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. What happens with my mom? Oh, I forgot what you said. It was great though.
Is your mother alive, Gigi? That's what we want to know.
What's his name? TJ?
Gigi.
What? Oh,
yeah,
Gigi.
No, she's gonna live forever. She's gonna live to like 101, at least.
How old is your mom?
You know, I sadly don't know. I think she's about.
You don't know how old your mom is?
Dude, we don't really talk much, you know? Like, I don't know. I know she has a birthday every January. I haven't added them up.
Well, it's hard to forget my mom's birthday because she was born on 9/11.
Oh, snap.
I'm serious.
Ah, well, so you don't know what it's like to remember a random date?
I know exactly. Oy vey.
Well, my mother in this case, but yeah, she's about 64, 65.
Understood. And Gigi, by the way, for those who don't know, go ahead and plug your show. Where can people hear you?
Thanks. Yeah, if you want to catch us, dude, me and JP are live every night on Friday at the French FM at 7 p.m. Pacific to 9 p.m.
Nice.
We got a tour
JP and TJ?
Friday night prime time.
JP and Gigi, Mike.
Gigi and TJ?
Oh, do you guys know JP?
I don't know that guy.
Gigi and AOC?
He's before my time before Christ, because I only knew of your show when you had the female co-host there, and then you sort of got a new host or a new co-host.
Well, let me rephrase his name.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys know the Jewish producer from Discord?
The Jewish producer from Discord.
Stanley?
Stanley? What's his name?
No. Okay. Oh, I thought maybe that would hit one of you, but no.
Rick Glassman? I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, I just thought maybe you guys would know him. I'm surprised you guys would know him.
I know many Jews, but I don't know that one. You know, a lot of Jews out there, yes.
Oh, Lordy.
Yes, I know plenty of Jews. I grew up with the Jews, by the way. You know, growing up, I did have a Jewish friend. There's many dinners I went with the Jewish people. They loved me, of course. They didn't really have a choice. You know, I told them if they didn't love me, I would, slit their throat.
Michael, we love you.
We love you. Don't
you look too thin.
Put down the knife.
Put down the knife? Like, what are you going to do? Kill me?
Maybe.
You're going to kill me?
I might.
Why would you want to kill me?
Happens.
I'm a nice guy.
That sounds about right. So Gigi, once again, I do want to thank you for calling into the program. It's been quite pleasant to talk to you. I'm so glad you reached out and said hello.
Thanks, TJ.
Yeah, for sure.
GG, not TJ.
Well, maybe.
What the fuck is your problem, Mike?
Thank you, AOC.
Might as well call him AOC.
Yeah, maybe one of these days we'll have you on the show and we could do vice versa. And,
sure, yeah, I'll be there. Let me know.
I'm gonna.
All right, cool. I'll reach out to you, man.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much, and we'll talk again.
All right, sounds good, man. Have a great rest of your show.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right, cheers.
Don't tell me what to do. It's my life.
Don't tell me to have a good time.
Don't tell me that.
Appreciate that.
Oh, Mike. Mike, I'm so glad you're here, Mike. I missed you so much, Mike. I've been having a great time here with you. And, we're getting closer to the end of this program, and it's making me sad, but we, on the lighter note, we do have some more to go. It's not entirely over yet. We are not sort of uncrossing our hands and letting each other go. We will still talk to each other here on the program. It's not over just yet. Just hang tight. We've got more to go. We got more to go here. We haven't even got to the weird part of this program yet. We already got through all the sad, well, yeah, we got through the sad stuff, the Armageddon stuff, the darker stuff. Now, we're going to go on to the more fun stuff. You know, we have a serial killer out here loose in California. Yes, it's very fun. You know, they're killing Hispanics. So, Mike, I know you're going to cheer for the killer. You're going to be cheering for him. You know, he's killing all the Hispanics out there in Oakland and Stockton or whatever he's from. Mike, I know this brings you a great smile.
Right, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yes, it makes Mike very happy. But yes, we still have to talk about that. We have to talk about another thing that's very, very, very strange in a way. It's kind of gross to me in a way.
Oh, okay.
So I hope you're ready for this one. Are you ready, Mike?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Ooh, a Utah woman carrying son's baby after offering to be surrogate.
That's too strange.
That is very strange. A Utah woman, 56, is pregnant with her son's baby after her...
Yes, she's a
Mormon.
A Mormon.
After her daughter-in-law was left unable to carry a child.
Strange.
The pair had already been struggling to conceive for 6 years before they had 2 sets of twins, but they still wanted to expand their family. Of course, that's when Mom took over here. Mike, I don't know how you feel about this. I'm fully aware that there's a certain procedure that happens. You know, there's implants, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Trust me. I get it. But I still think it's an incredibly nice thing to do. You know,
however...
Yes, however,
this child would either be his brother or sister and his daughter and son.
I don't get it, man. I really don't. I mean,
I wouldn't have my mother do it.
I wouldn't have my mom do it either. It's still kind of weird.
Yeah, that's my point.
It's still your mom there, and she's carrying your unborn child. And here's a photo of this lovely family, Mike. Put this up here.
Let's see.
Yeah, you know, they seem like nice people and everything. But you know, I don't know, man. It's still weird. It's still weird knowing that your own mother is carrying around your unborn child.
Your unborn child, and let's just say she has a boy. It's going to be his brother and his son. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Oh, wow.
Would you reach out to your own mother and say, hey, Mom, I've got a favor to ask you?
What does that say? Their bud? B-U-D?
Their bun. Her oven.
Oh, their bun. It looked like a D.
Oh, yes.
Her oven. Oh, that's just...
They're Mormons? I don't know, Mike. Yes, they're 100% Mormons.
There you go.
Don't you think that's so awkward?
I think it's incredibly awkward. I wouldn't want my mother to carry my child as a surrogate.
You know, more power to them, but goddamn, you know, they really wanted a child and they got it.
And you know what? If this is what they wanted to do, in my personal opinion, I would never have made this go viral on the news or anything. I would keep it real low.
I'm with you on that.
I think it's too controversial.
It's just too much.
How old is his mother, do you think?
I believe, let's see, let me go back up. I believe she's 56.
That's just wrong. I mean, the child could might not even survive.
56,
that's old for a mother,
56 years old, yes. There's definitely health issues, but according to doctors, she got the green light.
Do you think the son will be there for when she's having the baby and he'll help her?
I don't know. Fuck. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God.
Okay, Mom, push.
Oh my God.
That's wrong. So wrong, man.
Oh my God. Jesus, can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
Oh my fucking God.
Jesus Christ. Could you imagine? if they were like a woke family and the father wanted to have the baby.
The father had the baby. Yes, he's actually he's giving birth. And this is the mom right here, Mike. Look in the chat room. I have a photo of the 56-year-old mother here in the chat room, and you know, God bless her. She's doing a great deed for for her son, an unborn child. I get it. Such a lovely thing, such a noble thing to do, but holy fuck.
You know, I know that in the olden times, particularly all post-modern times, there would be times where if a woman couldn't conceive, a lot of times they had a surrogate mother that would either be one of the servants or somebody, I guess, associated with the family that could have a child. But I don't think I've ever heard of a mother carrying a child for a son.
I don't even want to think about this anymore. I mean,
right? Yeah. Well, there you
I'm
go.
repulsed, Mike. Holy shit.
Exactly.
This is all I got to say to you.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Of course they are.
I don't know what to say, Mike. I am speechless here. I'm looking at this photo here, and I don't know, man. Steven in the chat room says triple bagger. God damn. Holy moly. Oh, by the way, I found that clip of our friend, Mr. Alex Jones, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't play it. The one where he says, that he killed those kids.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
I finally found it.
Lovely.
Forgot to play that for you.
That's wrong, too.
Let's hear that. Let me just load this up and play this for you, Mike, and we'll hear our friend, Mr. Alex Jones.
Remember,
do you
folks,
feel
we are
responsible for what happened to the Sandy Hook families?
Yes, I killed the children.
But beyond that,
no, I mean, I went in that school, I pulled a gun out, and I shot every one of them myself. I mean, I'm guilty. It's true.
What the fuck?
No, let's just. Do I feel responsible that someone that played shoot 'em up video games on a bunch of drugs went and killed a bunch of kids, and then the internet questioned it, and I covered that? No, I don't feel responsible, and I don't apologize anymore. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't apologize. I killed the kids.
Was there a definitive?
No, I killed them. I killed him.
You didn't kill him.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, everybody said no. I killed him. I killed him. I already admitted I did it. I killed him. I'm the bad guy. I'm the devil. Get rid of the First Amendment. Can we move on to other topics?
I don't think.
I killed him. First Amendment killed him. Second, get rid of the Second Amendment. Get rid of the First Amendment. They're bad. They killed the kids too. George Washington killed
Alex
them.
Jones is
Jesus
wrong.
Killed them. We should rename the whole planet Sandy Hook. Everything. It should be holidays. We should bow 5 times a day to New Haven, Connecticut for the kids that died. Every American's to blame. Every gun owner's to blame. I'm to blame. We're all guilty. To Bloomberg and Soros. Turn our guns in. Turn our guns in. I know. I did it. I killed them.
I shot the kids, Mike. Them. It was me.
I killed them.
I killed them too.
Know. I killed them.
I shot them.
So I'm done talking about it.
I shot the children.
I shot all the kids at Sandy Hook too.
There's nothing to talk about.
I was there.
Let me tell you, I don't know if I can do this interview right now.
And he's walking off.
You liking it?
I don't think you should keep doing that.
What?
What is that?
Dude,
like
I murdered those children. I did. I killed them myself.
Still not a funny thing to say. Yeah, I get the point, but it's just like, fuck, man.
Fuck it, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Is that Darth Vader?
I'm far beyond giving a fuck right now.
I understand.
There's actually a staff member there. They blurred out his voice, I guess.
Oh, I was going to say, he sounds like he's 25 feet tall.
He might have been.
It's Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I guess he killed those kids, though, after all.
So I get what he was saying now. He was accused of having his own opinion, and I get it. I understand what he's saying now. I understand.
Yeah, he killed them. I agree.
Apparently.
I think he murdered those kids. I think he shot them all. Alex Jones, a mass murderer. By his own accord, by the way. He admitted to killing the kids at Sandy Hook. You heard it here first. You heard it here
Who
first,
did the
folks.
interview?
This one gentleman, by the way. But by the way, I'm sorry to stop here, but we are joined by another caller here. Caller, are you alive?
Afternoon, gentlemen.
Is this you from Canada?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Kwanzaa.
Hey, happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Happy Halloween. I hope Justin Trudeau hasn't done anything naughty to you. He might have.
It's our Thanksgiving weekend.
It's a Thanksgiving weekend there, Mike.
In Canada.
In Canada.
Interesting.
You got it, eh?
You got it, eh? And
right after Box Day.
Right. And what's the report going on out there, my friend?
Trudeau's going down soon, boys.
Oh shit.
Who?
Justin Trudeau.
Blackface.
Yeah, the socialist communist.
Right. I thought you said Justin Timberlake.
Well, him too. He's going down.
He killed the kids.
He killed the kids at Sandy Hook, actually.
Mm.
Yeah, he kills kids everywhere.
He does. He really does.
Yikes.
He's known Queen Elizabeth since he was 5 years old, so how many murders do you think he's been involved in?
Ooh, too
Oh.
many.
Too many.
His brother's been in jail for 10 years.
And?
No, I'm just saying, that's all. Like, you guys,
There was a pause there.
Yeah, there was a big pause there. What happened? I was waiting to hear more.
I don't know. They're probably listening to me. They got me all wired up for this fucking goddamn communist country I live in.
Yes, for those that don't know, our friend is in Canada being held hostage out there.
Not for long, though.
Are you moving? What's going to happen?
Moving to Hawaii.
You're going to Hawaii?
No, Trudeau's got to go to trial, actually go to the trial on the 13th of October for the Emergency Act against the trucker protest.
Mm.
Got to take the stand.
And then what?
I don't know. Who knows?
Well, at least he's honest.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? Nothing happens to him. What happens to the prime minister or, does he ever go to jail at all?
No, none of them ever do. No, of course not.
I know in Canada, if you become a politician, you got to work 6 years and you get a pension for life. That's it up in Canada.
You know, the last thing I heard of your boy Justin Trudeau, he was bungee jumping in Iran or something.
In Iran?
Well, not in Iran, but I mean, while Iran burned. He's out there bungee jumping, I heard.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck it.
Are you going to go to jail for saying that?
I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care.
Fuck it.
You guys don't really have freedom of speech out there, and here you are disparaging.
Yeah, not like we have it here either, Michael.
Well, I mean, eventually
I'm on a burner phone, though. I don't care.
You're on an Obama phone.
I think he said a burger phone.
A burger phone.
Like a hamburger that you pick up and say hello.
My God. Yes, a strange place Canada is, Dennis, no doubt. And, we are following in the footsteps of...
hamburgers.
Yes, we are following in the footsteps of our Canadian brothers out there. Unfortunately, America is turning into Canada and the UK.
Yeah,
it's going to be called USC.
All the Commonwealth countries are going down.
They sure are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mike, I was just wondering about our friend out there in China, the one that was on the program that we interviewed. I'm wondering if he still believes what he did, a few years ago about the CCP.
What do you mean believes what he did?
Well, we know what you remember. He was on this program and he was believing these sort of strange sort of narratives he was believing in. I'm just saying, I wonder if he still believes in all that.
A good question. That's a very good.
I wonder if he's changed his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Never mind. They found Chinese police stations in Canada.
What does that mean?
For all the people that talk bad against the Chinese government, there's actual police stations in Canada They're going to arrest those people that are bad mouthing the Chinese government.
Really?
Oh, of course. That's how a communist government works.
So they have like these COVID camps out there, in other words. But for these folks.
Yeah. And they deport them back to China. Back to Nike sweatshop.
Back to work.
Hey, I was wondering. I was looking at some streaming stuff the other day, right? And I found so many programs related to Jeffrey Dahmer. You guys have seen that at all?
Yes,
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Last night,
we're gonna get into that. Yes.
I think I was sending a text message to Michael.
Yes.
Telling him that I was watching the documentary about Dahmer. Let me tell you something.
Hold on though, Mike. Hold on though, really quickly before we get into that. This is something that we're gonna all tie together. But our friend in Canada, do you have anything else to add here before we cut you loose and we jump right into the serial killer business and Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, man. Keep up the good work, boys. Love you guys.
Love you a lot, buddy. Stay safe out there away from the communist Canadians.
Hashtag Trudeau's going down. 750,000 views.
Hashtag fuck Justin Trudeau. There he goes. And yes, Mike, Jeffrey Dahmer and this potential serial killer we have in California. Yes, this is something that we definitely need to talk about. And yes, you did ask me about Jeffrey Dahmer, and I'm fully aware that you are watching a documentary. I think it's the Netflix documentary that everyone is talking about.
It's called the Dahmer tapes.
The Dahmer tapes, yes. Including the gay and lesbian community. They too want to rewrite history, it seems like. And I'll explain myself here, but go ahead, Mike. Tell me.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't.
Why can't you?
I can't. I'll get in trouble.
You'll get sued.
Possibly.
You get murdered by Antifa.
I'm going to just keep it to myself.
Well, yes, the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing, yes, very interesting. Yes, I've been watching that. It's been beaten to death, though. Everyone's covered it already. Everyone's sort of made a story, a movie already, and all that jazz. But yes, we have one right now on Netflix that has sort of captured the imagination of everyone out there, the haters, the lovers, everyone. And and of course, the gay and lesbian community, they also want to rewrite history, it seems like. They don't like the fact that Jeffrey Dahmer was, in fact, a homosexual. They say...
I'm sorry.
Well, they say, no, we don't claim him. We don't claim him at all. We've never heard of him. Jeffrey Dahmer was gay, but that was never sort of the main focus or main drive. That wasn't really anything. That's just...
anything to avoid the facts.
We didn't really, it wasn't something that we held them to the fire with, in other words. The guy was a serial killer. And it wasn't because he was gay.
No, of course not.
That's what I'm getting at.
And you know what I noticed too about that show is that it suddenly became this whole race baiting thing. Like, he's white and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what did that have to do with anything? He was killing people because he was a killer.
Because that's right. He's a murderer.
Not because of this color of their skin. He liked dark-skinned guys.
He just liked to kill. I mean, he was a murderer. And people in the gay community, they're trying to say, well, we don't like this guy. He's not a part of the LGBTQ community. And it's like, well, he's dead.
Yep.
Where he's gone. But yes, he was a serial killer. It wasn't because he was gay.
No. He was messed up from the beginning of life. And there's a movie as well called Jeffrey Dahmer something. And it shows you some of the circumstances he was in with his mother, who was an absolute whack job, absolute nuts. This is his biological mother, because his father got divorced and married somebody else. But he had a really hard life being brought up.
Right.
No friends, solitude. As a result, he started torturing animals. Once they start torturing animals, that's a bad path. And you got to watch that person, because they do end up becoming killers in most cases. Not all, but most. And in my personal opinion, anyone that hurts an animal should go to jail or be treated the same way they treated the animal.
I agree. He murdered at least 16 people in Milwaukee. 14 were people of color, and many of them had been part of the city's gay community.
Right.
Yeah, Dahmer would go to Club 219 and buy drinks for, other gay men. This was back in 1987, the height of the AIDS epidemic. And Netflix has made the decision to drop the LGBTQ tag from Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. And that was after all the backlash from the LGBT community. They were saying, drop the tag, get rid of it, and Netflix gave in and dropped it right away.
Of course they do, because they're a bunch of pussies.
Even some critics out there were saying, he's not a horror icon. And I don't think anyone actually really considered him to be anything of that sort.
A horror, Horror?
Yes, and they're saying he shouldn't be adored, glamorized, and enjoyed.
Who the fuck is adoring?
I don't know who the fuck these people are, but
sick, man.
I don't necessarily think the directors were trying to glorify anything.
No, of course not. They're telling a story.
They're just giving you a story that obviously worked quite well. This isn't quite the first time something like this has happened. It sure won't be the last. Was Dahmer a piece of shit? Absolutely.
Absolutely sick, man. Sick.
No one with a pulse should think otherwise. However, there will always be that certain group of people out there that definitely see Dahmer as some sort of hero, someone to look up to. And of course, Mike,
just like
you see
Charles
that.
Manson.
Absolutely. And you see that sort of thing happen with all serial killers out there. They always have multiple men or women writing to them, wanting to marry them or be involved with them one way or another.
More crackpots.
And, I've interviewed a lady who married someone who's doing life in prison.
Oh, I'm sure she's very happy.
Over a murder, amongst other things, alleged murder. They claim otherwise, but Joanne Richards, her husband, Mark Richards, she got married to this man. These things do happen.
Mm-hmm. And those people who end up marrying these killers are just as stupid and sick as these guys who do, or women.
By the way, I'm not comparing Mark Richards to Jeffrey Dahmer, by the way. That'd be insanely inaccurate, but every serial killer out there doing time will attract a lot of attention. They'll attract a lot of attention. Too much attention, rather. And what I'm trying to convey to all of you out there is, these people, these murderers out there, they will always get these proposals out there. Men and women want to marry them behind bars. It's crazy.
Yep.
America has a strange fascination for serial killers, Mike.
Yep.
It remains one of the not if not the highest rated topics for discussion on shows and movies, films, podcasts. America loves that shit, by the way.
Well, there's no doubt that it's incredibly fascinating.
It is fascinating, but it gives me the impression that some folks have considered probably killing someone a time or two. And, we say that jokingly, we want to kill someone, but there's a major difference between, joking around and saying that or saying that when you're angry. There's a certain group of people out there that, really want to do it.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever... And I'm remind you, we're just talking here. This is not something we're acting out.
Sure.
But did you ever have a feeling that you wanted to kill a person?
In a way, yeah.
I think we all have.
I think we've all been there. I know there's times where we say that we want to kill someone, but there are those out there who really contemplate following through with these demented ideas.
Right. That's a whole other.
That's a whole other fucking story. Yeah. Big time.
I've thought about it.
Sure.
Never do it because I don't want to ruin my life and be in jail. But yeah, you think about things like that. It's not uncommon. I think it's completely natural. Just like people think about suicide. I've thought about suicide countless times.
But there are those out there who really contemplate these sort of things and thinking through and plan it and actually go through with it.
Of course.
So that's a whole other thing.
So tell me about this guy in California.
Okay, so yes. Now get this, Mike. We've got a serial killer here in California currently. The recent shooting deaths of at least 5 people, I believe, in Stockton and 1 person killed in Oakland last year are believed to be interconnected, according to Stockton police. In addition to a shooting of a woman, by the way, in Stockton last year who survived, also linked connection with the serial killings, rather. And from what the reports are stating, all these sort of incidents all occurred in the hours of darkness, and all the victims were Hispanic, much to your chagrin, Mike.
My chagrin?
Don't worry, Mike is cheering on the killer now.
Oh, damn you.
He's excited. Mike is happy that someone's cleansing the population.
The Latino population.
So yes, Mike, we've got a serial killer on the loose. We've got a nuclear war headed our way. There's too much happening. All I can do is hold on tight and hope for the best.
Yep. Hang on for the ride, brother.
Hold on.
It's a roller coaster ride.
It really is. It really is. And here we are on a Saturday night. It's 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's getting late out there, right?
It's 1:30.
It's already Sunday out there where you are.
I'm sorry, 12:30. 12:30.
Yeah. You're a time traveler.
So tell me, they're saying that there's a link between 5 or 6 murders?
Something like that, yes. That's what's being reported right now. There's a killer on the loose, and I think we do have a photograph of him. Not quite sure.
Really?
I think that's what this is. I'm not sure. Let me put this up here. They're saying this might be the guy here. Yeah.
And you know what? As sick as this guy may be, nothing beats being a cannibal. And
no, not at all. Not even close. I mean, not even close.
That's just fucking over the top, bro.
That is something else.
Wow.
I mean, the only way I would ever eat somebody is if I was starving.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and I was stuck on the side of a Russian mountain.
Right. That's my point. It's like you're in a situation where maybe you're in a plane crash, or I don't know, some kind of, you're stranded, somebody dies, and you eat their leg or their arm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's survival. But do you know that cannibals who have eaten other people's flesh, there is there's some kind of a disease that occurs from the eating of human
meat.
Flesh.
Okay.
Yes. So if you're a human and you're eating another human, I think it has to do with the cells of the body. And once they are ingested into your body, they then create, I believe, mental instabilities or mental illness, as well as, I believe, physical deformation.
I believe it's there is some sort of weird transmission by eating some of this meat. This tainted meat, I should say.
So this is the guy?
That's the guy, they're saying.
They're saying.
Allegedly.
And they don't know who he is.
They don't know who he is.
But they got a picture of him.
But they do have a photo of him. It just says, could this profile help catch California's serial killer?
If the fucking FBI would actually start doing something instead of worrying about January 6th, maybe we'd catch this guy.
So he's in his early 30s, they're saying.
Looks it.
Pretty wild, right?
Right.
We have another serial killer on the loose.
There's a killer on the road.
Pretty cool, actually.
His brain is squirming like a toad.
He appears to be on a mission. That's what police are saying, Mike.
Oh, well, then it's okay.
So he's quite calculated. He knows what he's doing.
As long as he's on a mission, it's all right. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, yes. Police said 4 of the Stockton homicide victims were walking alone, and the 5th was in a parked car when they were killed in the evening or early morning. So be careful, folks. Don't go out late at night or you will be murdered. You will die.
You will die from
You
murder.
will get murdered out there in the streets.
You will be murdered to death.
Yes. Murdered to death. By the way, all this cannibal talk reminded me of the movie Alive, by the way.
Yes.
That movie from 1993.
Good movie.
Based on a true story.
No, wasn't it earlier than 90? Wasn't it in the 80s?
It came out in 93, but it happened in 72, by the way.
Okay, I stand correct.
Over Chile. Great story, by the way. That rugby team, right?
Yeah.
It was a soccer team? No, it was a rugby team.
Some kind of team.
Yes, it was a rugby team that crashed out there. And, they had to eat each other to survive. I think that'd be the only sort of thing I'd be able to do, or the only solution that I would, that would revolve around eating another human. That'd be the only circumstance.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not even wanting to know what human flesh tastes like.
It's like chicken.
Well, I guess I'm going to start killing humans, Mike.
Save a lot of money.
Save so much money, yeah. And the way the law works, it's not such a big deal anymore.
That's right.
Get away with murder.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Why not?
You go Democrat.
I mean, who cares? Just start killing everyone.
Yep.
Just start killing the world.
First start.
COVID-19. COVID-19.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you to Adam Copeland there. Cleared up of COVID-19 there.
Yes,
we appreciate that. Yes, and Mike, yes, we do have a serial killer on the loose here in California, and that is crazy. That is crazy. Lots of death talk here tonight. This is a romantic show. It's a romantic show this evening, no doubt about it, boys and girls. And Mike, we have a little celebrity death pool action here. He's not dead yet, but we've taken notice of someone that might be dead soon.
Who's that?
Ozzy.
Oh, I just got a text, by the way. Crux-Yaka disease.
Crux-Yaka disease.
That's what happens when you eat people. Right?
Doesn't sound like anything I want.
Sarah.
Yes, thank you, Sarah, for that fact.
Yes, she's listening to the show, apparently.
Very nice, very nice. Well, yes, Mike, we do have a little celebrity death action here. Not exactly dead or anything, but Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
He's been looking rough.
What happened?
Well, he's just getting up there in age now, and not that he's super old or anything, but look at all the things he's gone through in his own life. Look at all the things that he's done to himself.
He's probably been eating human flesh.
He should be. He needs to be drinking blood to rejuvenate himself. That's what all the elites do, Mike. They drink blood.
They do. They're reptiles.
They are. That's what I've been hearing. I believe it. But yes, Ozzy Osbourne was caught outside of his Los Angeles home going for a walk, and he was looking rather frail according to reports. And of course, he's 73 years old, not the oldest or anything.
No.
However, he has Parkinson's disease.
In addition to all the drug use and the alcohol that further screwed him up.
And he was last seen with an aide of his walking alongside of him, and he was being held up by the aide by an orange strap around his waist. So he was like being walked like a dog. He was in good spirits, however. I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy. I'm incredibly surprised he's still alive after all the things he's done to himself. But Mike, the question remains, do you think he checks out this year or early next year?
Good question.
What do you think?
Wow.
I hope not. I do like Ozzy. I'm not bringing this to you in any sort of way where I'm like smiling or laughing or any of that shit.
It is what it is.
Poor guy.
You know what? I'm going to say next year.
Next year, sometime like maybe in the middle of the year, he'll be dead.
Possibly, yeah. Let's shoot for 2023.
Ooh. Yeah.
Even my bird's saying so.
Even your bird thinks he's going to die.
She's whistling, or he's whistling.
Let me put up a photo here. Are you still in the chat room, by the way?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to put up a photo of our boy, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, as he likes to call himself.
Do you have a picture of him being walked on that leash?
I do. Here he is on that leash.
Let's see.
It's not a rather Good photo of him, but he's wearing a Whiskey A Go-Go Hollywood t-shirt. And you could see that orange strap around his waist.
I'm seeing Dahmer right now.
It'll switch.
Oh, there it is. There you go. So, oh my gosh. He is not looking good. So what is that belt for?
I don't exactly know what it's for, but it looks like he's being held up by that orange strap around his waist like an animal. Let me put up a better photo for you here, Mike.
God, his hair isn't even dyed.
Yeah, that poor guy, man. He really, he lived a good life. You know, he's done everything he's ever wanted to do. He's done every drug he's ever wanted to do.
I was gonna say, not a poor guy.
No. You shouldn't feel sorry. He lived a great life, more life than anyone else. You know, more life than anyone we know.
I'd say so.
I do like the guy, you know, but yeah, this is a better photograph for those in the chat room. There you go, Mike. I'm sure you can see it now.
Oh yeah, there we go. Let me get a good look at that. Wow, that's crazy, bro.
It's as crazy as gas right now.
What do you think the guy next to him is thinking?
He's thinking this guy's gonna die. Dead man walking.
Dead man walking. Again with the mask. Ugh.
He's wearing a mask.
Wow.
Wearing a mask.
Well, you know what? Again, like I said, he's lived a good, long, hard life.
He really has.
If he dies, I think it will have definitely been worth it for him.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And of course, as we wind down here, Mike, we do have a few more audio clips to play before we wrap it up here tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock here.
Oh, goody.
Yes, we need to close up shop here. And of course, like I said, as we cool down for a moment here, folks, I've got some audio to play for all of you. And of course, especially for you, Mike.
Before you do that, I got one thing. Somebody just sent me a text. Sarah sent me a text. It's called a gate belt. Gate belt. GAIT belt.
Gate belt.
Gate belt. And she's wondering if he's had another stroke.
You know what? He might have. Looking at that face.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Poor guy.
But then again, he's been like that for a while now.
Oof. Yeah.
That's Mike. Michael was killer in Halloween.
Okay.
Oh, I get it. They're referring to him as looking like the kid that was in the
remake. I see. Okay, yeah.
Rob Zombie's Halloween remake.
Yeah, Rob Zombie. He put out that movie recently, right?
The
Monsters. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it the night it came out.
It really took lots of hits, by the way.
I know. And you know what? When you watch it, you gotta watch it with a grain of salt.
Suspend disbelief.
It's supposed to be campy. You know, that's what the Monsters were.
Of course,
but
yeah.
I don't think. In my personal opinion, I think they should have did it in black and white.
Well, maybe.
You just can't replace that romanticism that you get with a black and white film like the Monsters were.
Sure.
I mean, it was a comedy, but the black and white filming of it just, I don't know, it added to the mystique.
I don't even I watched the trailer and I wasn't really impressed with Jeff Daniel Phillips as Herman, by the way.
Yeah, neither was I.
I wasn't really sold on that. He doesn't quite have that sort of charm.
No, and I tell you, I think the guy who played Grandpa should have did a better job at being more Jewish.
I agree, yes. I could tell right from that trailer there. He wasn't Jewy enough. He wasn't. He lacked Jewiness.
I met Al Lewis. I got to interview. I got to interview Al Lewis back in, in the 90s.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I got to sit down and talk with him for like 2 hours.
Nice.
And, I mean, he was just the funniest guy. And he's Jewish.
Sure.
And he would crack jokes on Jews all the time. And he made me laugh so hard when I was with him. Nice guy. Foul mouth on him.
Nice.
May or may not
we like
know.
that. Tyler in the chat room. You know Tyler. He says,
Tyler Fleming.
Right. He said, Rob Zombie confirmed that Universal Studios wouldn't let go do black and white. He's basically saying they wouldn't let him do the black and white like he wanted to.
Is that so? So I was right. Like, Zombie saw the same thing I saw.
Yeah,
try to do it in the black and white.
You know, I agree. It would have been a little bit better, but again, I wasn't really sold on the casting too much.
Yeah. I watched it. I thought it was it is what it is.
Well, that's what happens when you cast your friends.
Is that who did? Is that what he did?
He's friends with them. That's why. I mean, he's got the wife and he's got his friend in there.
Yeah, Sherry Moon looked hot as ever. I mean, she's how old is she now? I mean, she's got to be in her 50s, and she still looks friggin' great.
Mike has a crush on Sherry Moon.
No. I just think she's hot looking.
We're gonna tell Rob Zombie now.
Go ahead. I mean, when I was in Bronx Casket Company, all we did is rip off Rob Zombie.
Really? I didn't know that.
There's a song. What the hell was it? It was a song dedicated to Sherry Moon. I'm like, dude, you're married. She's married. What are you doing? Then we did a song called "Living Dead Girl."
Yeah, Living Dead Girl.
I'm sorry, Little Dead Girl.
Oh, Little Girl. Yes, that was going to say.
Which was a complete rip-off of
Rob
Living
Zombie.
Dead Girl.
Right. Whatever. Well, at least you admitted the truth here. So, yes, this is Sherry Moon, for those that are wondering who we're talking about. Yes, she, not he. She's right here in the chat room there. That's for Mike there. He has a big crush on Sherry Moon, evidently. Did she do a good job, by the way?
Who?
In your opinion, Sherry Moon.
As Lily?
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean, I saw she. Oh, look at how pretty she is. Wow. And look at Lily. Oh, she was always hot too. What's her name? Oh, damn it. Yvonne DiCarlo. Did you ever see that picture that it's floating around online of her like in lingerie, like doing this pose? It's completely fake, but she was really a beautiful woman when she was younger.
I don't recall that photo.
It's just a photoshopped photo. Her face on some hot chick's body in a lingerie.
Ah.
I always had a crush on Yvonne DiCarlo when I was a boy. She was just so beautiful as Lily, and I had the hots for her as Lily. I always wanted to jump her bones as Lily.
Oh, shit. Right on, Mike.
Then again, I wanted to jump the bones of I Dream of Jeannie, too. I thought she was hot, too.
My goodness. But yes, Mike, we do have a little bit of audio here to play before we wrap it up. And of course, this comes courtesy of Candace Keller, by the way, the former Ohio State legislator. She said recently, she was very bold, by the way, but she was talking about something that I think you'll get a good laugh about, Mike.
Okay, try me.
She said well, you know what? I'll just play the clip for you.
Okay.
Always be mockers. And I stand before you as a person. I don't really like to call it persecution because it doesn't mean anything to me. Nobody likes to be made fun of, and nobody likes to be talked bad about. But right now, there are two parties in this country. The party of Trump, and the other party is called We Hate God.
Oh, here we go.
The party is called We Hate God.
Oh, boy. Who is this?
We Hate God.
Who is this woman speaking?
This is Candace Keller, by the way.
Who is that?
Well, that's a former Ohio State legislator, Mike. Did you know that? Maybe not. Mike, are you alive out there? What happened?
Oh, shit. Hello?
Oh, there you are. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I'm here. I didn't go anywhere.
We lost you for a second there. You were really quiet.
Might have been Skype.
It might have been Skype. I'm like, what happened to Mike there? Is he dead or is he alive? What happened? But yes, Mike, The party is called We Hate God.
Oh, brother, whatever.
So you're not a big fan of our friend Candace Keller?
Who is she again? She's a politician?
Yes, former Ohio State legislator.
Look, man, I said it once and I'll say it again. You cannot have religion in politics. Period.
That was our friend. Candace Keller, by the way.
My friend.
Quite frankly, I don't believe, well, you know what? I believe Trump was even asked about his favorite Bible verse a while back. And, he sort of danced around the question, stating it was a personal thing to him. And quite frankly, I don't even believe for a second that he's religious.
Me neither.
I also, I think he's an atheist. I also don't believe he's ever read the Bible.
Who has?
And, I'm not saying that to belittle him in any way. I just don't think that is really important to him.
No.
I don't think he's a shit.
Why should it be?
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
Religion should be a personal thing. It doesn't need to be exposed in politics.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. But we do have lots of folks out there that, believe differently.
Well, that's the right. I mean, the right is all about God in several different aspects of politics. And the left is like not. And look, the one good value that you get out of religion, and again, remember who's saying this, me, is that you get moral values. You get how to raise a family. You get how to be nicer to your fellow man and womankind. That's it. There's just morals that come from religion, and I get it. And it's not just Christianity or Catholicism. It's every religion. Every religion is supposed to be how to get along with your fellow man and be peaceful. That's what it is. But to add it into politics, no.
Yes, that was the former Ohio State legislator Candace Keller, by the way, for those that are wondering, go look her up. She's an interesting fellow there. Fella. An interesting fella.
A smart fella.
And there's so many of these folks out there, by the way. There's so many, like this guy.
Because I want every demon in Idaho, in Washington, in America, and around this globe.
I don't want to play that. That's too loud for me.
Oh, that guy should be in a death metal band.
But we do have this guy here. This is Shane Vaughn, by the way.
The sovereign hand of God is upon Donald Trump. For how long? I don't know. But right now, the hand of God is upon the man. You cannot touch him no matter what you do. When there is an anointing on a man's life, I don't care how that man is messed up. I don't care how that man has failed. I don't care his shortcomings. You will never be able to touch him.
Do you think these people see Trump as some sort of deity of sorts, some sort of Christ-like figure, Mike? These religious folks?
Possibly.
I know
that one religious woman that you play all the time. She definitely does.
That is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I love all you religious folks out there, but holy shit. Ooh. I thought the Bible warned about that sort of thing. Idolizing false prophets there.
Yep.
Ooh. Crazy. We live in a crazy world. Some people even see Joe Biden as a deity.
Yeah.
How fucking crazy is that? How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
That is insane. So, Mike, once again, I do want to thank you for being a part of the program, Mike. It's always a honor and pleasure to have you here with me, doing the program with me. It's always fun. I always have a great time with you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You should take me out to dinner sometime.
I'm going to have to take you out and give you monkeypox.
Double bag me.
Yeah, you're gonna have to triple bag you. You're a triple bagger. So as we wrap it up here tonight, Mike, go ahead and plug away and say goodnight, and don't plug me anywhere, by the way. It's an exit, not an entrance for me. That's what you do if that's what you do at home, that's your business. But right. Mike, don't plug me, and I don't mean you, Mike. I meant the listeners at home. I have to clarify that at times because the autism thing. Don't plug me, bro.
Don't plug me. I'll plug you.
Go ahead, Mike.
So listen, folks, if you're interested, I have a book out. It's called King of an Empire to the Shoes of a Misfit. The Memoirs of Mike Hideous. It is available on my website, MikeHideous.com. And if you don't know how to spell my name by now, well, then you probably shouldn't be listening to the show.
Google it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know everything else. Facebook, all that stuff.
Yeah,
MikeHideous.com. That's it. My book is out.
Right.
It's selling. People are digging it. Getting positive reviews online on the Facebook page. So yeah, pick it up or you suck.
Yeah,
anyway,
don't pick it up, you piece of shit.
You piece of shit. I had a wonderful time. Thank you to Michael. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to the callers. Thank you anybody who's listening to this on their podcast, on the podcast, I should say. And I had a great time, as always. Thank you, Michael.
I hope you enjoyed yourself, Mike. A little bit, right? It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun.
It was all right. I don't know.
We had fun.
I'm going to go on TJ's show.
There you go. Yeah. You mean Gigi. TJ.
TJ and Aok.
TJ, PJ, Aok, Gigi. Yes, we'll go on other shows. Mike, once again, thank you so much for being a part of the program. We'll do it again on the other side.
All right, brother.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, buddy. Have a good night.
Good night. Take care. And there he goes, boys and girls. That was the one and the only Mr. Mike Hideous. My God. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Mike Hideous, the man of the hour. What a cool guy. A funny guy. We love him. Give him a round of applause here tonight. The guy did great. All of you did great. The phone calls, the messages here. My God. You guys did a good job. It had me amused. Those of you in the chat room, thank you so much for being a part of the program. Thank you for being here with me tonight. And people, make sure to subscribe to the channel and the podcast. First-time listeners out there, we hope you enjoyed this program. We invite you to return if anything resonated with you this evening. Well, damn. Are we going to die soon, folks? This nuclear war stuff really has me on the edge of my seat. It really does. We're just sort of shooting through space with advanced weapons, given to us from the gods of war, the gods from above. We're living in some sort of a simulated reality. We truly are. Nothing makes sense anymore. Not in this world. What happens next? I can't ascertain that just yet. But by the looks of it, folks, there's not one good answer. There's never one answer for the sum of our questions. Let's just hope for the best and try to find an underground bunker, if we can. The end times might be here, folks, sooner than you think. My anxiety has returned, I'll tell you that. Let's hope these UFOs disarm the nukes if any of these stories are true. And of course, we've all heard of these stories about these UFOs doing that sort of thing. But how about they show up when it matters? Alien lives matters. Anyway, it's been a fun show tonight, folks. It's also a very dark show here tonight. Keep those fingers crossed and say your prayers. If that helps you, that is. Once again, thank you for pressing play. We will do this again on the other side. Be safe out there, boys and girls, wherever you are on this island Earth. Signing off from the wastelands of California. Yes, that's the wastelands of California in a city called El Centro, where you don't want to be. It's been an honor and pleasure yet again, boys and girls. We will do it again on the other side. And with that said, the world is a mysterious place, and life itself is a mystery. Until next time, good night, everybody.